Yeah.
Hey, hey, hey.
Alrighty, what's going on, good people? What's happening? It's good to see you guys. It's been a minute, but when I tell you, I'm just gonna keep it 100. I always do, right? Um, I'm just gonna keep it a buck and tell you, I'm extremely excited. I'm actually honored and really overjoyed about this particular episode, this particular interview, because when I tell y'all, like this is probably one of the realest people that is probably gonna ever hit uh you know uh after the journey podcast, man, because
I
this is
have,
just a real person with a real story, and I love their heart.
excuse
Oh
me, I just
yeah.
want to pause you for a second
Hmm.
because it's not saying that. See, I'm checking to make sure that we're live on all platforms.
Okay.
And so I know we're live on personal Facebook. Let me see if we're live on business Facebook. Okay, we're live on
Hmm.
business Facebook.
Okay.
Now, Instagram, though.
Hmm. We should be good.
Let's see. Because,
Yep, we should be good.
there we go.
Okay.
Now I see that
Hmm.
we're live
Hmm.
on Instagram.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So again, let me just start over because I know my wife, she has to do that check to make sure. And trust me, a lot of times we deal with technical issues just because of different platforms and things of that nature. They're always updating and bringing out new features and all this other stuff. So sometimes there's going to be bugs. It's okay. We can get past all of that. It's all good. So I'm going to go back to making sure that you guys understand what this episode really is. This is, again, I'm extremely excited. I'm really ready for this person to share, um and for us to really get into it, because we've watched this journey for some years.
yeah, and before we get into it, I would love for everybody to let us know what our delay is. These are some housekeeping things that we have to do today,
Okay.
right? I want to see
Okay.
what the delay is.
Hmm.
So if the ones that are watching could go ahead and put some ones in the chat, that way we will be able to see what
Yes.
the delay is.
Yes.
And then I can go through here and continue to check out.
Okay.
Okay, there we
Well,
are there.
while she's
And
doing that again,
oh, let me
again,
check
like for the,
YouTube. I have to
uh,
check YouTube. No,
you
keep
know what?
talking though.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you do. You sure? You
Yeah,
good? You
I'm
sure?
sure
You
because
sure?
we're not live on YouTube. Then what's the point?
Okay. Well, I mean, again, we definitely should be. If I'm checking the information here on our end, it says that we are live.
And we are live.
Okay,
Okay,
there we
good.
go.
We live.
All right.
Just want to make sure you can see.
Okay, I feel like we just need to start the intro
Okay,
over and
we see
come back
some
into it
ones. We
because
see
just
some ones.
okay.
Okay, y'all. Let's start the intro
Let's just
because
start over because we had to go through these technical issues. So y'all ready to check out the podcast? We gonna act like it never really started, right? And then we gonna get into it. All right.
right, Ixnay on the Xnay,
All
and
right.
then we're gonna go ahead and start over.
Here it is. Let's do it again. Let's go. I like the intro anyway, so I'm excited about that too. All right, here we go. All right, all right. Okay, so now here we are. I'm telling y'all, I've been trying to tell y'all what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. This particular episode, this particular interview, is one that I know is really gonna help a lot of people. Y'all gonna fall in love with this person. The way that my wife and I did. We had the honor and the privilege of really just watching this person's transformation and watching them embody a lot of times what we hear the spiritual community and people in the spiritual community say they doing this, talking about they doing the work. Ha! Listen to me when I say this to y'all. Understand and know that the work is not just about um showing up to a ceremony or moving in certain modalities and you got your practices. All of that's cool. I'm not dissing any of that, right? Because we facilitate ceremonies, right? We facilitate and hold space for sacred space outside of this quote unquote sacred space. We're holding space for people, so we know what this is. We are about the work, and so that's why we can recognize it and see it. And I said that we were honored and privileged to be able to see this person's embodiment of what the work really is.
Yes, and
Mm-hmm.
I see some haze over here on Instagram. So here's the thing, y'all. We are streaming live on Instagram, on YouTube, and two Facebooks. And
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure everything is good.
Yeah, that I'm not
Everything is
sure what's
good.
going on. So hold on one second.
Can y'all hear us okay? I just want to make sure that y'all can hear us okay.
Yes, can you hear us? If you can hear us, please put a 1 in the chat if you can hear what's going on. Okay, let us know what's
And
good.
then I'll
Just
finish saying what I was saying.
Yep. Hey fam, please put a 1 in the chat because we getting ready to go in again. This person is a beautiful person, a beautiful soul, and we watch them embody this spiritual work. And so we've seen the transformation, we've helped and assisted in the transformation, but more importantly, Source
Yeah, we got some
was
ones in the chat.
thank you. The reason for this person moving in their transformation. It was the work between them and Source as to the reason why they are where they are now. And so we're gonna get into this real quick.
Yeah, but before we do, I just
Hmm.
want to go ahead and finish saying what I was saying earlier
Okay.
because a lot of times when we come on these lives and we are uh, streaming on multiple platforms, excuse me, I always want to give the people, at least on Instagram, the chance to look at this full screen. And that's to go to the YouTube if that's what you choose to do. If Instagram is good for you, then we're going to just rock with the Instagram. But when you comment, I'll be able to see your comments through Instagram, but they won't be able to be placed on the screen unless you are through Facebook or YouTube. So
Hmm.
those are the comments, but I will read your comments out when you put them
Yes.
over there in the chat. And how you would do that is you would click the link in my bio, scroll down, and tap the YouTube icon, and that will take you straight to YouTube. That's if you choose to do that or not. Okay,
Okay.
continue.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So this beautiful individual, again, we did some work. We met her, I think it was in 2000 and what,
22.
22. And man, when I tell you just, you know, how they even what they had to go through and how they approached the sacred space spoke volumes about how bad their intention was in regards to their life changing. Like,
Yes,
it's not a joke.
it's
Some
not a joke
some
at
people be
all.
saying they got to jump through fiery hoops and go through some obstacles, but when I tell you this person, their life is really about perseverance and just discipline and consistency and faith, real true faith, walking for real. I love to see it. So with that, I'm ready to introduce her, but I want to make sure that wifey does it because um uh, you work much closer with her than I have, and so
Well, I just want to say this before we bring her in. I just
mm,
want to say that we get so many DMs
mm,
from people
mm-hmm,
talking about
mm-hmm,
they ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to see myself. I'm ready to go in. I'm ready to do this
mm.
work. Some it be 3, 4, 5
Yeah.
paragraphs.
What do I have to do?
Uh-huh. But when it come down to it,
Mm,
all of them don't be ready. All of them don't be
Hmm.
ready to move spiritually,
They be pump faking.
physically. They don't be ready to invest in their own transformation, because that's
Yes.
what it is.
Yes.
You have to be willing to invest in your own transformation. It's
Hmm.
about mindset, it's about how you look at it, right?
Yes. Yes.
And you are investing in yourself so that you can see who you truly are and tap into the power that you truly hold by going within and being guided in a safe space. That's extremely important. So the things that we're going to talk about that this young lady had to go through, went through, and all that, because we are from Detroit, Michigan.
Hmm.
She
Yeah,
is from Flint, Michigan.
for sure.
And we had traveled from Los Angeles to Michigan so
Mm-hmm.
that we can bring a sacred plant medicine retreat there. And
Hmm.
when we did, she signed up for the ceremony. Back
Hmm.
then, we would do 3 overnights. And so the first group would come, and then the next morning they would leave, and then the next group would come, and then the next day, the next group will come, right? And so I believe she was one of the last groups that had came at that specific time.
Hmm.
And some of you may know her as Ty, and some of you may know her as Sage, but she won't go by Sage now. But excuse me, y'all, if I make a mistake and
I
call her
know.
Ty, because I've been calling her that all this
I
time.
know.
But we gonna let it do what it do.
Right. So,
And so I just want to introduce her. And when we bring
yeah.
her in here, then I want to show you guys a
Mm.
quick clip of her ceremony. And
Yeah,
then we'll
most
go
recent,
ahead.
right?
Yeah, her last
Hmm.
her last ceremony, because
Yeah.
there were many, and we're gonna talk about them all.
Yeah.
And let's introduce Paige.
Okay, let's go.
Hey,
What's going on?
Hey, hey,
we came on here and you came on with the Kool-Aid smile. Like
I know, right?
I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it, man. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, we see
Yes.
some 313 said newbie here, just trying to learn. Okay, good, good. Thank you for coming into space. Thank you for coming to space. They say the 313 is that
313 in the building,
listen,
Detroit.
I still ain't got rid of my 313. There it goes. So before we even get started and get to asking you about your journey and what you went through, what you've been through, all of that good stuff, we want to go ahead and play a clip of your ceremony. Okay. Then we want to ask
Okay.
you how you feel about
Okay.
All right.
Let's see. Whew.
I can't see it. Oh, it's okay.
it. Delay, ma'am.
That's her. She's like, I don't see it. That's okay. It's all good. All right. So,
Okay. You couldn't see it?
A little bit, but it don't. That's not what mattered.
Okay,
Cause
you
I was
remember.
there. I lived it.
You was
I'm
there.
here right now. I
Okay.
know.
That's all I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Okay, so when you think about this last ceremony that you did with us, I'm talking about just the second day, just the because the second day is what we film. We don't really film none of the first day. We may film just a little bit, but for the most part, we film the second day. From what you remember, what feelings come to mind when you think about this last ceremony you was just at?
Liberation. It felt like a breakthrough. Like, when you just got that. It's okay. I'm a compare it to childbirth, right?
Hmm.
And when you going through childbirth, I know for me,
Wow.
the journey, oh, it's hard. Like, oh, it's painful. It hurt. It's hard. You laugh, you cry, you mad, you cussing. And when you take that last push and you feel the baby just come out and you just all over, like you
Uh,
can breathe. You
uh,
can, it's like, an instant
Mm.
release.
mhm,
Mm.
That's
mhm.
how it felt for me.
Okay, so on
Yeah.
one end, with you explaining that, I can kind of get it right just from what you saying it, but from my birth, I had like an epidural, so I didn't even know how hard I was pushing. I didn't know where it was at. When it came out, I was like gone from the waist down. I couldn't even move my legs, so I
Oh
didn't feel
man.
nothing. So I didn't feel that. Oh, he out, but I knew I was like, that's the last time
Oh wait.
a child is coming through that portal.
Yeah. That was scary for me too.
Yeah.
The whole epidural thing. So
But
oh
I
man.
completely understand because I am a shaman and I know what it's like to cross that side many, 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 many times.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And in the instant, y'all, we're gonna tell y'all where this sacred medicine takes you, what it does, the power that it has, and all of that. But let's just go back to 2022. So I believe you found us through someone that you knew from back in Indiana.
Yep.
Yeah, from somebody that you knew back in Indiana. Did you see her at some of our retreats or
That's okay. So with that situation, right? When I met her in Indiana, she had this light about her. I met her at this dance recital. And out of everybody that was dancing, I ain't gonna say she was the best dancer, but she just had this light that I just was so amazed by at that point, right? So that made me pay attention to her. And I followed her journey. Like, I don't care if I will be off Facebook for 6 months. When I get back on Facebook, I'm typing her name and I wonder what she's doing now. And just to be able to see her journey when
Mhm.
she connected with y'all, I was like, wow. So when she told me, like, I've got this shaman I've been working with, like she be holding these ceremonies, they real powerful. She got one coming up, da 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 da. I'm like, oh, bingo. Let's get it.
Mhm.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Wow.
And
That's
I never had that. You know how some people, I hear some people say when they get ready to enter that sacred space where it's like you're like real nervous, you don't know what you're going into, like you kind of scared a little bit. I never felt scared going into the space. I always felt like whatever it is I gotta do, like what, just tell me what to do and
true.
I'm gonna do it. That's how I felt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I just wanted to say I think that that's amazing too. I feel like, and I'm just gonna be honest, I feel like women overall, just innately, naturally, most women have this kind of level of communication. Like when you are locked in, right, to that other person or those other people, that circle that you connecting with, and that sphere that being drawn to, you can kind of take their word on what it is that they saying just based off of y'all energy, right? And to be able to take that for something as profound as this, um, that means that you had to have seen something that allowed you to be able to develop a level of trust with her and in her to take that word to go, I'm finna make this move. Can you kind of explain, if you can remember, because I basically remember the first time that you came to the very first ceremony of yours in Michigan. Can you remember or just kind of share some things that you had to go through, the tasks and the obstacles that you had to go through in
And
order
where
to
you were
just
in your life. Like
right.
where were you in your life?
Okay, so I love that you asked me that because it's gonna make sense when we get to the end of the finish line. So
Mm-hmm.
when I was in that space getting ready to go to my very first ceremony, it was hard. It was hard. I was currently living in a residency and hotel.
Mm.
I was a sex worker in order for me to, that's how I made money and paid my bills in that time. I didn't have, I was still in a space where, I'm trying to break away from a whole lot of bad habits, a whole lot of things that I was attached to. Like, it was a lot for me to work through in that time. So,
Mm-hmm.
the the requirements coming into ceremony, you have to have your COVID test done. It says to eat vegan for the 7 days or more, and don't have sex for 7 days prior to and 48 hours after. That's where things got a little tricky, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Like,
I'm
yo,
sitting here,
hey, I'm making it happen out here. So you messing with my bread now?
I'm like, no, for real though.
Yeah.
That was the trickiest part for me because
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I'm
wait. Hold on. I have to stop you right there.
okay.
That was so good. I got to take a
Yeah.
sip of my lemonade
I,
and my water.
listen, hold on. This
Okay.
is what I'm saying. Because understand what we're seeing overall in the world play out in front of us. I'm not trying to be political, and I'm not going to be political. What I'm talking about is spiritual forces and spiritual activity. And everybody is a part of this game, regardless to whether they're aware of it or not. So anytime an individual makes a decision that now, you know what, whether they even realize they're gonna move towards this word that I'm getting ready to use, which is I'm getting ready to ascend, or I'm tired and I'm done with my position, my status, and how I'm currently living, and I'm ready for something new, and now I'm hungry, I'm ready to go after it. When you're given the opportunity, one of the main things, because you said it, now it didn't got tricky. I could do the food, going to get the COVID test and make sure I'm not around all kind of people and put myself in situations where I'm like I'm in major masses of people. Now it's like, yo, you're being confronted with your whole livelihood, and
Exactly.
it's a major choice in your lifestyle. I'm saying, regardless to what you were doing, when people make that decision to say I'm gonna change, you don't think you don't think that there are going to be opposing forces that's like finna put you to the test with that?
For real though.
So that's I had to say that, because it doesn't just apply to you, Sage. It applies to everyone who honestly comes in alignment with that decision, and they say, yo, I'm finna make this change. So
Yep.
yeah, please, by all means.
Peace on the Pond said, "Hey family, Kevin and I are looking forward to our sacred session. We are looking forward for you guys to be in here in this
Yes.
session, and we continue to be grateful every time somebody walk through these doors and trust us to be able to guide them through on the other side. Now,
Mhm.
please continue."
Sage.
Okay. So at that time, I was living a very much so scarce life. Like, it's like I was living day to day, barely making it. I
Mm,
barely was making the money to pay for the room every night. I was barely making the money to have food. Like, I was doing it, but just barely.
mm-hmm,
So once it came for them 7 days where I had to really make that decision, like, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do. The room is adding up. They not putting me out. I owe day after day, day after day. And one thing I had to, from listening to your other lives, because in that during that time I was sex working, but I was working on my inner self in the same sense. It's not like I was just all over the place, just like partying hard. I was in that room. I was meditating, I was praying, I was yogaing it down. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm trying to figure out, how do I get myself out of this life, this feeling, this like my inner world was shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So I'm trying to figure it out. So I was listening. I listened to so many of y'all lives. Y'all used to do them quite often back then. Like I used to just always listen to y'all lives. I'm just listening to how what y'all story was and how y'all had to go through y'all adversities and make it through challenges and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I just got to do it. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what's gonna pay out. I don't know what the heck. It was around Christmas time too. Like I had my baby. Like I couldn't think about nothing that I know I didn't have control over. Only thing I knew was I have to make the step. I gotta do what I can in order for me to ascend from
Mm.
this space that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
So I did 7 days. I didn't make no money, no hustling, no nothing, just straight consecrating, focusing, fasting, just get myself prepared to step into this sacred space, which I had no clue what I was stepping into.
Okay.
Okay. I
No,
had not a clue.
no.
Ooh wee. Ooh to the wee.
Most people don't. Even the ones that think they do,
Yeah.
don't.
Uh-huh.
Period. We hear all the time. I done sat with
Man.
medicine. I sit with medicine all the time. It is not
And because that's the
the
thing too.
same.
I used to take mushrooms prior to. I used to be sick. I done sat with mushrooms prior to multiple times before coming into sacred space.
Mm.
And
Mm.
baby, when I tell you, it's nothing that compare, like nothing that can compare. So I'm gonna fast forward to the ceremony if y'all ready for that.
Yes, please.
Yeah, because you
This is
again
her
the
first
original.
ceremony, y'all. So we walking y'all down her journey. And then we gonna talk about that shadow work. And then we gonna talk about them lessons that gotta get chosen to some people gotta choose to do lessons over and over
When
and
they say
over
free
and over
will,
again.
Mm.
it's that free will that pops in.
Listen here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, take your little
Mhm.
sippy sip and come on with the come on.
Yeah.
So, um, my intentions when I went into my first ceremony was to release the hurt, release the pain, and understand who I was. Like I wanted to know who I was. And when I was thinking about that, I'm thinking like, am I a mermaid? Am I a witch? Am I a da da da? Like I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what I was gonna figure out when I came out of the ceremony. I'm thinking I'm gonna see a vision of me and with wings. I didn't know. Okay. I didn't know what to think. I had a lot of expectations though. So going through the ceremony, it was when I say I've never felt so safe
Mm.
in my entire life up
Mm,
Mm.
until now.
Mm.
I'm gonna put that in there. I never felt so safe in my entire life in no space as that I felt when I came and sat in ceremony with y'all. And it was like all of the stuff that I knew was true on the inside. Like, I know this can't be life. I used to always think, I know this can't be life. Like, this cannot be the only thing that life has to offer me. I know it can't. Like, why is everybody saying love don't exist? It's not no unconditional love. That's da da da. All that's boo 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 boo. I'm just thinking, like, well, why am I like this then? Like, why do I feel the way that I feel if this is just like something that just don't exist in the world? Like, it couldn't be true.
mm-hmm.
Right.
I went in this space and it just showed me the level of, when I say the unconditional love that y'all carry as a family. Like, it was just amazing to be able to see, to be able to be corrected, to be able to feel safe, to be able to not feel manipulated. I don't feel lied to. I don't feel like I could just be, I don't have to have the right answer. I don't have to know shit. Like, it's just a space where I can just literally be right there as I was. You know how the church say, come as you are? No,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like in real life, like never, when I say I never felt a 1 ounce of shame whenever I spoke truth to y'all. Like it was always a safe space to the point where when I was leaving ceremony, the only thing I could compare it to is if you was to get a glimpse and be able to take a vacation in heaven, but you really live in hell. So you go to heaven and shit, you like, oh, this feels good. This feels nice. This feels safe. And you know you got to go back to hell. That's how it felt for me. Now it might not have been true, but that's just how it felt for me because I knew once I got back on this highway and go back, like what the fuck am I going back to? I owe $1,200 to this room. I have $0. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I'm still dealing with all of these family issues. Like it was just so much. I'm like, oh my god, I really gotta go back
Mm-hmm.
to do the motherfucking work.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
where the work came in at.
yeah. I want to say this, Sage, and I first of all, I appreciate you. Look, I told y'all
Mm.
before this started, if you caught it or you didn't, and you go, you end up catching a replay. Understand and know, I said I'm excited about this interview. I'm always excited about the interviews, but this is a very unique one because this is probably one of the realest individuals that you gonna really um, hear from, right? And get a chance and get a real glimpse if you ever wondered, you know, what it is for somebody to not too much know nothing about uh, per se, I'm not going to say you were clueless to spirituality because you said,
But
hey,
I was though.
I get it, but I'm
I
saying
definitely
you
was.
were still experimenting and touching and dabbling. You were doing things, right? Whether you even realize it or not, you were still touching on some surfaces of what it is now that you're actually fully walking in.
Right.
And the
Yeah.
reason why I just made this interjection is because I have to say it. Because my wife and I came from you mentioned it, the church and how they say come, come as you are and all of that. Those principles, right, that we were really taught about what Jesus was supposed to do and how Jesus really dealt with people. And even though we were in the church and we saw that sometimes, mostly though, we just saw things worse than what we actually left. That drove us to the church. We thought we was going into a major safe haven, and we didn't realize that it was like the same kind of wolves, you know what I'm saying, dwelling up in that space too. So to hear you say that, I'm grateful and I'm thankful because that's our intention, to be able to move in such a way to where you can really feel love, you can really feel that level of trust. The other two pillars, support, so that you can move and walk in your vision and be
Yeah.
connected to vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's very difficult to do that if you go in a space and you don't feel no love, and you can't trust that if you open up and share what it is that you're going through, that it won't be used to later on manipulate you, be
Exactly.
used and thrown, in your face against you, right? To where, watch this, you've been spending time in that space, in that building, connecting with all of these people. But when you really now going through something, that level of support that you really need when it's time to show up, ain't nobody moving towards you. It's like you got the plague then. And so for you to say that, because I'm putting it out there, people still look, just like we showed a clip of the ceremony, people still looking, they still trying to figure out what is it that they doing over there. Why are those people doing that? Like, what's really going on? Look, this is probably the most perfect and opportune moment in time for that question to be answered from the horse's mouth, not from us,
Mm-hmm.
but from the horse's mouth. So if you haven't tuned in or you in right now, please share this, tell somebody, hook them up with the link, send them to where they can see this right now, because if they have some real questions, sitting down in this interview and watching this young lady speak, and the questions and the things that we gonna go over, you're gonna have a lot of questions answered.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I just had to say that.
Yes.
And then I also want to say to that too, like the way that working with Shaman Vision, it's nothing that ever like it's like anything that I ever had that I was ashamed of. Whenever I had to talk to you about it, it's you never flinch. It ain't ever like ooh or like nothing. It's like the way that you hold space, make it to the point where, like, if she can accept me for that, why the fuck can't I? It made me want to even look deep. Like, okay, if she can see me, then I can look at myself. I can take a look at my shadows because she done accepted it. She done told me that I'm still divine, even though, like, damn, you know what I be doing?
Mm-hmm.
What and what that mean? What, she
Mm-hmm.
don't give a damn, and I used to be
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, that's crazy. Okay, all right, well,
Listen,
let
Yeah.
me look. Okay,
I look at it
yeah.
like this. I look at it like this. If I can say yes and not flinch and be willing to hold space for the person that pointed a gun at me multiple times as a child,
Mm-hmm.
like what you
Mm-hmm.
gonna say that's gonna make me be like, huh, what? Because where I am and what I've been through and the things I healed through, I understand that they are still divine. They were
Mm-hmm.
only doing what was taught,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And how do you connect to heal a generational curse if you don't connect to the generational curse? Period. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we make it a point to not sit in a space of judgment. Judgment for why? For who?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why? Why judge?
Mm-hmm.
People do stuff. It just is what it is. It's what is the intention on releasing what no longer serves you. That's what we concerned about. We concerned about taking you on the inside to get down to the root cause of what spirits say the priority is in your life, so you can tap into that blockage, you can release that shadow, and you can walk through the portal of the new door. Period. That's
That's
what
it.
we there to do. So you can awaken to what your divine destiny is. And if you continue to do the work and integrate, we tell people, anytime you come into this space, it is an opportunity. Come to the space with reverence because
Mm-hmm.
this is a real spiritual experience. Come in here respecting the medicine because the medicine is the ancient ancestor that has known you and your ancestors in every life and is there to teach you and is there to guide you and is there to reward you. So, whatever the medicine shows you, just connect, relax, lay that ass down, focus on your breath, don't start no shit, and just get guided. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
release. And that's how we like to move. And it's in the place of non-judgment. People will always come into the space and try to challenge the shaman, try to get mad at the shaman,
Wow.
try to buck
Yeah.
up on the shaman, try to
Yeah.
swing on the shaman, try to
Mm-hmm.
tackle the shaman, all of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I ain't never scared. It's a
Mm-hmm.
reason that I had guns pointed on me as a child to
Right.
prepare me to
Mm-hmm.
not be afraid in the spiritual realm. Because
Well,
you're going to run into some stuff in the spiritual realm,
yeah.
but we
Well,
stay ready.
I want to say this. I want to speak to that too, real quick before we move forward. Understanding that here's the thing about it. And it's not per se the individual. Because my wife is explaining in real time, literally things that we've had to come against and that she's had to come against. Here's the thing, though. It's those spiritual forces that individuals have either unbeknownst to them open themselves up to, depending on the type of activities that they're into, the things that they're engaging in, and whatnot, that allow certain entities or energies, right, and spirits to kind of cling on to, linger, and what I'm saying, just step in. And so now, here's the thing: when the person, the vessel, the physical being steps into the space, first they get in alignment and they're like, "Yo, you know what? I ain't even rock. I don't even feel this. I'm done rocking like this. I need something different." And they get directed into something relative to what it is that we do, or
Mhm.
what it is that we do, flat out. When they get direct, because I can only speak for us, when they get directed to us, that's a raw presence of source now that the person is getting ready to walk into at some point. And so, whatever it is that they expose themselves to, or whatever it is that's moving prevalently in their lives, real prevalently, in their lives, whether that's passed down genetically through the DNA, it don't matter. It's getting exposed because source or God is light. So the light, the floodlight, the spotlight getting hit on that, bam. And it's like, okay, what's popping? So if that entity or that energy has an issue and is angry and it's upset, we already know, again, here's the things that we learn from the church, from transferable information, but now being in a sacred space, we have experience and knowing that we got the victory. It don't matter how deep the entity growl. It don't matter how many curse words it spew out or whatever it make up. If it's speaking in a different language that we don't it don't matter, because we truly know that we already had a victory. So to be afraid, why would you be afraid? Why would you be afraid if you know you already won the battle? You already won the battle. You already won the war. So when we go in now, we speak to it, and the ultimate goal is to either expose it, because here's the thing. This is the one thing that I'll just speak for my wife and I. We weren't taught that in a spiritual battle like that it is the person that has to be in alignment per se most times in order for that entity to leave. Now, there is such a thing where you can't cast it out. So I'm not saying that you don't have the power to do that. You do. But watch this. And it was our son that had to sit me down because of the training that we were coming out of the church. Guess what? My son said, Daddy, I understand that, you don't want these people to have whatever issues that they got going on with them. So if they dealing with certain things and they didn't open themselves up to certain things and it show up, you just snatching it out of them. And that doesn't mean that they not fully in agreement with letting that go.
Because I'm going to tell y'all,
Ooh,
in our very very, very first ceremony,
it was on and popping.
It was for real, on and popping. When I tell you, the universe is so funny. The universe be on some BS sometimes. 100, the universe be on some BS sometimes. And most of our first ceremonies, it's like spirit was like, this time I'm gonna hit you with the bam boom pow. This time I'm gonna hit you on the top of the head with the bam boom pow. Just like every ceremony, it was something in there that made me be like, what the hell? What is that? Or you know what I'm saying? Like,
what's going on?
What's going on? Like, and so the very first one was almost like the initiation from hell almost.
Yes.
When I tell you, we had a space, it was probably about 15 people in the space. We were in the space for 3 nights. And the third day we had a mini retreat where we invited people that was not there to at the retreat to come and receive the mini retreat. Sound bath. We did some weighted hula hooping, some meditation. And I taught like a vegan cooking class. Like we did a lot of things, right? And so, but those ceremonies, and it was a energy that showed up in the space, and pretty much Zeno had to stay in the Zeno and Rayshawn didn't sleep that first night.
No.
That energy was so disrespectful.
We had to watch over an entity.
Watched over that entity all night. Yes. You ain't even allowed to even go.
You can't
around nobody else. You're not about to sleep. We about to, you know what I'm saying?
We gonna contain all of that
until this medicine come down. And tomorrow you gotta go. You can't even stay the other 2 days. It was like that.
Yeah, we gonna refer you to get some help.
But during that time, right? And so the next day, the guy that the energy was attached to was so grateful. He was so apologetic.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I'm saying? His
two totally different energies, beings.
His
Right.
vibration was so high. He said
Mhm.
nobody ever showed him that much love, even from his parents
Mhm. Mhm.
and all of that.
Mhm.
But Zeno and Rayshawn sat there all night, did not sleep, and made sure, because the number one thing is to make sure that everybody and everything is safe. And so, but Zeno wanted to snatch that energy out. It's
Yes.
like, no, sometimes it's not about
Mhm.
snatching the energy out, right? It's about communicating with the energy so that it can move through, because the energy shows up as a shadow, and usually the shadow shows up to protect, right? So when the shadow is there to protect, it will bite your ass.
Mhm.
It
See,
really will.
Legacy said she was at. She said, "Whoo wee,
She
I
was
was
there.
there."
Yes, you was.
That's what she said. She was
You
there.
yes, you was there.
Yeah.
So she get it. She understand,
Mhm.
what it was, but you was there. But was it ever a point in time where you felt unsafe? Regardless of what was going on? I already know the answer to that, but go ahead
I,
and put it in there for the people.
yeah, and I have one question for you, Sage, for real. Is because you've done several ceremonies,
Mm-hmm.
right? Throughout that time frame after the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know that a lot of people would probably ask this question: is how did you actually just end up leaving that old life behind? What do you think the one thing it
Well,
was
before
that?
we go to that, I don't want to
Okay.
go straight to that yet,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah,
Because I
no
want to
worries.
talk about the middle ground, right? It's time to talk a little bit about the shadow work. She said, nope. She didn't
Mm-hmm.
feel,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
no ways tied, pretty much, right?
Mm-hmm. No
Sometimes,
ways.
sometime in ceremony space, it be looking like la 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 la, beautiful candy
Mm.
corn fairies, and in the back room it be the Matrix going down back there,
Yeah, it be
but they
yeah.
don't even know it
Yeah. Yeah.
because they ain't supposed to
Because
know
that's why it's called it's like an isolation area or a sanctuary,
integration
an
sanctuary.
integration sanctuary where we walking people through some stuff.
Exactly. And
Mhm.
so that room and that space that we work in back there is protected. So it's all good, and it's a beautiful thing. She said, I knew I was safe. Thank you
Mhm.
for that. I
Mhm.
appreciate that.
Mhm.
But when you came back from the first one and you knew that you had to go back and you had to do that, right? So the average person would say, okay, you done came to a ceremony and you done left and you done went right back to where you was and what you was doing.
Mhm.
What in the world would make you want to go back again and
Mhm.
again and again? Like, what was it that you knew that you was getting out of this with
Mhm.
every time?
Mhm.
So when I went back after I left the first ceremony, the way that now I'm gonna say this.
Wait. I want to say this about you in your first journey.
What?
When I tell you, it was like a little girl that had never, ever, ever been to Disney World, and it was a place called Magic World. And when you walk through the door, it sparkles everywhere, and the sparkles is coming, and fairies is touching you on the nose. You was like, wow! It's like you was like this, like all night, like you couldn't believe
Yeah.
I was
nothing.
like, I was tripping, man. Like, wow. I said, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is so crazy.
Yeah, that's the reaction from most people, right? Because we're telling them before they come into the ceremonial space that, yo, you getting ready to cross the veil, and you're actually now listen to the term, you're getting ready to physically go into the spiritual realm. And
Mm-hmm.
people be like, I think it just goes or just go in one ear and out the other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can I say something else real quick about that night?
Yes.
One thing that I realized when I realized that we were all connected, like everybody came to the ceremony for something, like we were all sitting here for a purpose. I was sitting in a bathroom with you, and you wanted, I wouldn't talk. Like you kept
Who
on
is
trying to
you
have me
gotta
talk. I wasn't.
Wait.
Hold on. Sage, you got to clarify that for the people because I just asked
What?
you a question and then you said you was sitting you said I was sitting in the bathroom with you. Who is the you that you're talking about? I need to make sure that I clarify that for the people.
For the people I was sitting in the bathroom with, Shaman,
Okay.
with Vision,
Right.
not with Zeno. Zeno never came in the bathroom the whole time.
No.
But
So
I
we're
would
gonna
sit in
get
the
that clear because
bathroom
you ain't
with.
got no trust and love and all of that, and I'm in the bathroom with you, ladies. That's not happening. Okay.
It was actually me, your sister Brittany, and Ray Sean. And I was sitting in there. We were sitting in there, and you kept on saying like, "Talk." Just like I was like, "What do you want me to say?" I was like, "To you, like I don't know. Just start talking. Like just start saying anything." And I didn't know what to say, so it's like I'm just steady holding all this shit in, and out of nowhere, Brittany just um
Start
puked
purging.
all in, like her whole stomach came. I'm looking like, where did that come from? You was like, you? I'm like, wait, so we really like, oh my, it was just so like to be able to physically see the connection, like it was wow, that was very mind blowing.
Yeah.
Very, very mind blowing. But once I left, I actually oh that's what I was gonna say. It could be it could be however you want it to go. You want it to be easy and you just let go and you just let God and you just listen to what Spirit is saying and you just follow the way. It
Mm-hmm.
could be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. But
Absolutely.
that's the hard part.
Yeah. Just
That's
let
actually the hard part
go.
because it's like things that you never knew was possible. Like, yeah, this they don't even sound like reality. Like, okay, I just went to a ceremony instead of paying my make sure I got somewhere to live and paying my room fee. I just gave all of this money, investing in myself. Okay. Am I had went through a time like, am I just being weird? Like, am I crazy? Am I just this is that I'm just like can't be normal, right? So as soon as I got home, the very next day, I got put out of my hotel. They're like, nope, you can't even pay. We don't want no money. You gotta go.
Mm.
Mind you, they just let me stay all the way up until this point. Like when I say the timing was so divine, mind you, I'm trying to get away from a situation that was right there, just so attached to me. So me getting put out of the hotel was never to hurt me, but I didn't see it that way at the time. I'm like, why? Like why did I come back and now it seemed like everything is fucking falling apart? Like this don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, I hear y'all. So it was a reason why I watched so many of y'all lives before I went to this, or nothing would have made sense. And once I went into the space, I had a level of trust with y'all to the point where I know they know something that I don't know. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
remember I said that at my last ceremony too? I
Yeah.
know they know something that I don't know. So it just made that's what I held on to during this journey is I know they know something I don't know. So I just kept on doing the work. I kept on going. After I got put out, it was mine. It was tax time. Now it's the end of the year. I had to stay with my grandma for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got my taxes. I had the opportunity to do everything that I needed to do and like transition smooth. But no, I wanted to continue to carry everything on my back. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this for my sister. I'm gonna do this for them. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna y'all can come move in with me. I kept carrying the same thing that spirit was trying to take me away from. I kept on trying to carry it with me, and it was crumbling me every single time. It was like a repetitive cycle that I kept having to go through. And then the thing is, that's why I said it could be easy, or you could get drugged through because I knew this. Like when I say spirit used to talk to me so clearly, but then my programming still was family is family. You're supposed to help your family. You ain't supposed to do it. It was like stuff that made me feel like, bro, you tripping. Like, why would you leave your family? Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you just go off and live a good life and leave? You know what they? It just, I still carry so much guilt and shame from healing. Like, I felt bad that they didn't heal with me, so I kept trying to bring everybody along with me. So at I got a crib. I brought my whole family. Da 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 da. Everything fell apart again. I'm right back in the same situation. I'm stressed. I'm drained. I'm going through. Like I'm arguing. It's just this. It's just that. And I found myself in the same position again back at sex work because when I left ceremony, I was like, okay, I'm done. When I kept on trying to carry everybody and I found myself, I felt like that was the only way. Like for me to be able to do all that I'm trying to do, this is the only way I can do it. Like it's the only thing that made sense. Mind you, I was introduced to sex work at 13 years old. That was the very first time. That's how I started because I left my mother's house and that's just how I lived. Like once they told me like, man, just give you money, that I didn't give a damn. I didn't have nobody else to help me out. So I was always cool with it. It never felt like a horrible act of like so bad. Like I just felt like I mean all the girls be it was just a way of life
Mm-hmm.
from since 13 years old. Now
Mm-hmm.
as I got older, I started to desire different things. I started to see different ways of life and I knew that that's not how I wanted to live my life. Nevertheless, when the icky got sticky, that's always what I resorted back to. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that was that. I got to the point where I was there again. And then it seemed like sometimes when every time I get into sex work, I always work myself to a point where I can be by myself again. I was like, okay,
Mm,
so I got that house, left that to my family, let them stay there. I worked and got another place. In this space, I was doing the same thing again, just meditating, just cleansing myself, spiritual baths, all of the things, doing all of the work. When I say I got journals, like books, like shadow work, shadow work, shadow work, shadow work, sitting with myself, crying, releasing, like all of those things. And Spirit kept telling me to go to California, just go to California. Once again, I didn't want to do it on my own. I'm like, okay, I'm about to go to California. This was coming up on my second ceremony because I went to my second ceremony, if I remember it correctly. Yep. I went to my second ceremony right after I moved to California. So Spirit kept telling me, like, just go to California. Now we had tax time again. Mind you, this is the next year. Tax time again. That's what I'm saying. It was a cycle. Like this was a literal cycle that just kept happening, like for the past. Anywho, so it's tax time again. I had been staying in my place. I had just got it furnished. Like I'm getting to the point where I'm comfortable where I'm at. And this keep like spirit keep on telling me like do something else.
mm,
And that was really frustrating to me too, because I'm like, why every time I get to this space where I feel like I'm meditating, I'm praying, I feel good spiritually, I feel deeply connected. I still have this shadow on my back, which is a sex work. But outside of that, like I feel like I am finally doing what I'm supposed to do, and you keep talking about go to California. All right. So I start making a plan. Okay, I'm gonna go to California as soon as my taxes drop. I'm just gonna get my car fixed. I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna go. I would have had 2 weeks until I leave. My brother, I called my brother. I talked to my brother. I told him what the plan was. I'm about to move to California. He like, I'm gonna go with you.
mhm, mhm,
I didn't know at the time. Well, I did know because I wasn't listening. The spirit already told me this. Go to California by yourself. That's what the plan was. It was supposed to be just me and my kids going to California by myself. But my brother said he wanted to come. So I'm like, bingo, perfect. Okay, we can do this thing together. Like, did it make it easier on me? I had somebody watch the kids. Like, you can start building your life. Like, it's going to be great. Once we got to California, I started dealing with, I couldn't understand, like, how am I all the way out here in California and I still feel the same way? Like, I'm still going through the same things. I'm still arguing with my family. I'm still going, da 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 da.
mhm,
Anywho, it
mhm,
just, I couldn't understand why I still felt the same rage. I still felt the same fear. Like, it was still the same stuff that I was holding on to.
mhm.
So, I went to ceremony, the second ceremony. Oh yeah, it got dark in that ceremony. Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
That's when um my dad came up.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah.
came a time. So when people come in here and they sit with the medicine in the overnight ceremony, as a shaman, I always take the medicine first, and then I go clear my way. Once I clear my way, then spirit lets me know when it's time to work one on one with folk. And so at this time, it was time for me to work one on one with you. Is this the time you kept coming to back begging to go in the side garden?
No,
Is that
that wasn't that time. That
okay?
was the
That was
next
a
one.
different. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about that. So I took you back into the integration sanctuary, and we started to talk. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
And the way that it happened was first, this is another thing. This is how spirit had to show me what it felt like to trust myself because there's certain things that I always knew, but the world made me feel like I was just crazy or something, you know? So, like, I remember the year before I went to that ceremony, my dad had just got out of prison. And I took on a walk. Even prior to that, though, like way prior to that, I was asking my mom, I was just asking around, like, why do I feel like this happened? Like, why is these thoughts keep on resurfacing? And I feel like this happened to me. And everybody was like, man, no, that never happened. That da, 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 you tripping. Like, you must just be thinking in your mind, making up stuff, whatever. So that's what I went with. Mind you, going with that made me very much so not trusting myself, not trusting my intuition. It made me feel like I couldn't trust my own thoughts because everybody keep telling me what I know is not what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So once we went in that ceremony, I was just explaining to you like certain things that had occurred, and you was like, you already know. And that's the thing that I always appreciated about you too. Like, it's not even like you have to tell me something. Like, girl, quit playing with yourself when you know what you know. What are you telling me? You know
Mm-hmm.
what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And it was hard for me to say it because it was like I still wasn't ready to accept that reality. So it got really that was a hard time for me. Ooh, that was a lot of deep work that I had to do. That shadow work was dark, honey. But it was just the fact of showing up and keep doing it. Like once I got to a certain level of facing that, sitting with that darkness, I knew what it was. Like I know it's time to sit down and actually deal with this shit because I'm capable to now. You know, because at one point I couldn't even remember it. At other times I could remember it, but I would do everything to just forget about it. Like I didn't even want to talk about it. And the year before, when I actually my dad got out of prison, and I talked to him, I was like, because he kept on saying he want to see me, he want to see me. I'm like, Daddy, you don't want to see me. You keep thinking you want to see me, but you
Mm-hmm.
don't. I'm about to give it to
Totally
you how it
different
is. Like
person.
it's not gonna be no cute shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
you want to see me, okay, well we can go have a talk. And when I brought it up, it was like he was so surprised that I remembered. Like he couldn't believe it was like he was so surprised he didn't even know what to say. He looked at me like what he said was, it hurt me to know that you have carried this with you all your life. That's what he said. You didn't carry this all your life. And I'm looking like, you didn't ask me no question. When do I think that happened? He didn't ask me no question. He
Mm-hmm.
just said, it breaks my heart to know that you had to carry that with you all your life. So if this was prior to, this was a year before I went to ceremony. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the only thing, because I feel like a lot of things that led up to that ceremony, otherwise I would have probably still felt like, maybe I need to stop going to ceremony because this stuff got me feeling crazy. Like I don't know, like is this true? But I already knew it was true, so I couldn't even play the sacred space like that. Like no, I'm just tripping because that's those thoughts came to me a lot. I don't know. I don't truly know how to explain like how the programming of the world, it's hard to break those programs. Like that shit make you, when they say you have to lose your mind to gain your soul or something, I can't remember how the saying go,
Mm-hmm.
but that's what that shit reminded me of because it made me feel like I was losing my mind. Like, oh my goodness, like this can't be real.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I just continue to go forward. That's one thing I'm learning even in my journey right now, movement, healing through movement, and that's what sacred alchemy is for me. To alchemize, to continue to move through things. Don't just stay stagnant. Like, okay, you don't understand. Nothing is making sense. Are you gonna stay right here and just be right here, confused, unsure, scared, or you gonna move through this shit? Like, okay, I don't get it, but guess what? I'm gonna keep showing up. I'm gonna keep doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing. I'm gonna keep doing whatever it is that I can. If even if it's just breathing, just to get through this moment right now, I'm gonna breathe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever it is I have to do to get through to this next moment, I'm gonna do that. You
Yeah.
know?
I just wanted to say this, that the body keeps score, right? Sometimes trauma happens and the trauma can hit so hard. Now the brain compartmentalizes it, right? And so it may be locked away to where you don't remember. But again, your body keeps score.
Mm-hmm.
And when you come into this space and you sit with the shaman, whatever mask that you have on to cover whatever wound
Mm-hmm.
in this physical realm, the mask is off in ceremony. So now
Mm-hmm.
you're tapped into truth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's some things that you just can't see in the ceremony that I can see,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're there to see what you're there to see.
Right.
I'm there to see what I'm there to see. And because of that, I was able to see that you had a wound in that space that needed healing in the sacral area. And it came from uh, when you were a child. And so I just had to walk you through that. And you was just saying that, you didn't want to believe it, even though you knew that that was the truth. And so when we talk about integration, right? When you come into ceremony and you learn something in sacred ceremony, is for you to integrate that thing. It's for you to
Mm-hmm.
go back and work on that thing. It's
Mm-hmm.
about clearing that thing, right? Because she was not walking around uh just thinking about that moment.
Right.
That signature that was written in her body from when she was a child had her moving around like puppet strings, right? And ultimately led her into the work that she was in because of the love that she was missing in the space where it was supposed to come from, her
Mm-hmm.
first love,
Yeah.
to
Mm-hmm.
keep it 100 with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so to be able to move past that and then do the work to heal from that is a beautiful thing. Babe, you was gonna say
Well,
something?
no, I mean it's a lot. It's a lot that I can speak on. And Ty, again, I just appreciate you for who you are and for you doing the work and building and moving forward. And again, you know, us being connected in such a way to where we're able to support you in that and help guide you right and direct you in that. But two things. So you mentioned like before, it's like, yo, you going through these cycles of you get to a place where financially pretty good and you in a space spiritually where you like, yo, I can kind of cleanse and try to get myself together, and spirit is telling you, nah, you need to go deeper now. That's ultimately what spirit was saying. And
Mm-hmm.
so but there was still some concern before you even had got to that, because remember you said it's a cycle. So that means that, okay, so now you making money, you get to a place where you feel settled, and then before this the money is dwindling, the money is going down.
Okay, so can I say something right there? I need to let y'all know. So I left my apartment, 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, attached garage, beautiful space, out in the middle of nowhere. It was beautiful to go to California. And I brought my brother with me. We stay in the Airbnbs. We I don't know. I'm refusing to go back to sex work at this point. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm just because I'm set up to the point. I just got my taxes. Like, me and you, we gonna work something out. I have found the job. I started working while I was down here. When I was when I got to California, I was staying in Airbnbs for a couple months before my taxes started running out. Right when things started running out, I got a job. I'm working, I'm working, I'm working. On the back end, I'm still dealing with a lot of shadows that my brother is coming up with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's dealing with shit. And it's
Mm-hmm.
affecting my space too because we together.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, what he told me verbatim, I'll never forget this. He said, I ain't gonna lie, sis. this spiritual shit just too much for me, because it would be times where like I was vibrating very high in this moment. Like I just came out of ceremony. I'm cleansed. I'm not attached to much. Like I'm doing my spiritual work. I'm out in nature. So it'll be times where
Hmm.
spirit will just wake me up 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And instead of me going back to sleep, I know what's going on. I get up, go on meditation, and it just starts showing me shit. Like Cameron on some bullshit. I'll wake him up. Cam, I don't know what's going on, but you're gonna have to talk. Like, and it's crazy. You think I'm crazy because I don't know what you're holding on to. I just know it's something and it's affecting me. Like, what is it? I can just start talking. Like, what you dealing with? Like, what are you not telling me? And
Hmm.
it'll be stuff come up like he gambled all the money. Like it was my son's birthday,
Mm,
and
I
he
remember.
had went to work, and we were supposed to be using the money that he had to go take my son out.
Hmm.
Nope, he gambled it. The next time it always came these times when he was gambling all of our money away.
Hmm.
And I didn't know as well. Guess what came up?
What?
He was calling prostitutes.
Wow. Okay.
So that same energy that I was trying to get away from was still right there, laying in the same bed next to me. That's why I'm telling him, Kim, we
Mm,
laid face to face in the bed at night, every night. Like, you're going to have to talk to me. Like, you're
Hmm.
going to have to tell me what is going on. He never wanted to share it. And I didn't even realize that until all the way a year after when we was having a conversation. I was like, wow,
Hmm.
that's what that was. But
Hmm.
he ended up leaving. He was like, sis, I'm going back to Michigan. This is just too much for me. And that really crushed me because I felt like I needed him in that moment.
it
I
Hmm.
felt like in that,
crushed you, but at the same time, if
Hmm.
you remember, everything in your soul was like irking you, and you was like, he gotta go.
Hmm.
He gotta go.
Yeah.
And you was fearful to kick him to the curb because of the energy that was attached to the situation. But he was removed. Spirit still removed him from his own decision.
wow, see, I didn't even look at it like that. I thought I was just fearful of being by myself. That's why I kept him here. Like, I just didn't want to
Oh,
be
that was
alone.
part of it. That was a support system on one end, but on
Right.
the other
On
end,
the other end, on the back end.
and around
It
Wow.
him.
was some
Okay. That
stuff
make a lot of
stirring
sense
up, and
though.
he was clinging on to some things. See, that's again, that's what we're talking about. These spiritual forces is they already know, like, oh my gosh, okay, she didn't push us away. It's somebody else that's right there laying next to you, and it's like boop. Let me go ahead
Mhm.
and I'm still trying to hang around so I can take this whole bloodline down. We you know what I'm saying? We had a plan for this family.
Exactly.
It's
So
about being
Exactly.
connected to a familiar spirit,
spirit.
a spirit that you are familiar with. And when you
Hmm.
go to a new space, you are going to want to be connected to some familiar spirits that you are familiar with. You
Right.
know what I mean? And that go for anybody, whatever vibration they vibrating on. If they
Hmm.
vibrating on a low vibrational frequency, they going to want to connect to a familiar spirit so they can vibrate on a low ass frequency
Hmm.
together. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? And then it's
Hmm.
the same
Yep.
thing. But it was also support. You only gonna want and hope the best, because now you feel like you walking in your dream and you done brought him to your dream. And he like, no, this ain't a part of my dream.
Exactly. This your
Right.
life. This what
Exactly.
you walking out. I'm not in alignment with that.
Hmm.
See what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So I
Yep.
just wanted to say this as far as basically what you're breaking down from from you in your very first ceremony, and then coming out of that ceremony and then doing the work, and then oh my gosh, I'm doing this shadow work, and the stuff popping up now where it's like, okay, now I'm having some memories about stuff that's going on, or some stuff is happening, this and that, and then now boom, you go to the you know what I'm saying, your second ceremony, and now your brother is here. Now coming out of that, you like, yo, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna help you, bro, and you gonna help me. We gonna work this out. And it's what's happening is what you're really breaking down in layman's terms is what integration really looks like.
Integration,
Integration.
choices,
That's right.
free will,
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
spirit talking to you.
Yes.
Either you gonna listen or you
Or
Or
not.
you.
right. Right. Or you
Point
gonna be
blank.
ashamed, or you gonna stand in whatever it is that you in, and you're not gonna let none of that bother you, and you're gonna keep moving forward.
Keep moving forward, y'all.
Man.
Even though you may be afraid,
Mhm.
even though you don't.
Because it do get scary for
Yeah,
sure.
yes,
Mhm.
fear is definitely gonna be present, but you have to be able to. First of all, it's cool to have a healthy fear. It's a such thing as a healthy
Yes.
fear,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if you walk to a cliff, like, I'm gonna need you to have a healthy fear to not to
Yeah.
step off that mud,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Be in your right mind.
Mhm.
But at the same time, when you know that you heard that spirit said that you are supposed to be doing something, you're supposed to be moving in a specific way, fear is going to show up because that's the way that you're supposed to go, and
Mhm.
you can't see what's on the other side. Now you're tapping into the unknown, the she of it all, the her of it all, the divine feminine energy, the spiritual realm. That's where you go and you manifest. When you stay on the other side of afraid, then you're not going to manifest. It's when you walk through that fear, even though the fear
Exactly.
might be tied around your back.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Drag it
Mhm.
down your back and down
Mhm.
your spine. If you
Mhm.
keep walking,
Yeah.
the universe is going to meet you where you are, and you're going to attract the things into your life that's
Mhm.
going to help you get to the next level
Mhm.
because you're walking in your divine purpose.
Mhm. Now I do have a request because I know. Look, your story is it's vast. It is a lot to it. It's a lot of
Yes.
twists and turns. And just because I'm like right now, I'm sitting here, I'm like behind the scenes, and I'm kind of like producing it right a little bit. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can see some things that nobody else can see. But I'm gonna say this. I'm looking forward to us getting to the place and point where we move somewhat more to the present situation, where now we talking about how spirit literally is coming in and giving you guidance and direction and telling you from uh basically what your second ceremony on up. You heard spirit, and spirit did move in some ways in your first ceremony,
Mm-hmm.
but now, again, as shaman is growing, as I'm growing, as Ray Shine, we're all growing together in the space, in the spirit realm. There's some things now that are being done. They're being done in a way to where we know methodically, this is a strategy, and spirit has us moving in the strategy to be able to help individuals even more when they come into space.
Mm-hmm.
So and again, some people would look at that and be like, what are they doing? Why is that? Or they would automatically judge it and say, oh my gosh, that's demonic, or that's witchcraft, or blah blah blah. But again, my whole mindset goes towards what it is that most people believe, if in fact they look to a higher consciousness. That means that if you're looking to a higher consciousness, and that higher consciousness is one that knows everything and can see everything and is everywhere all at the same time, that means that it's infinite.
Mm-hmm.
And that means that it is omniscient, right? And I forgot the other word, but it's like it's all knowing. Right? So if in fact you're dealing with a a, a source that knows everything, and it has, here's the key word, it is sovereign, meaning that it has the power to do whatever it wants to do, however it wants to do it. That means that it can use tools, it can use people, it can use things to deliver messages from the spiritual realm into the natural realm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm looking at
And
these
not to
cards.
not to mention
Mhm.
that it created everything.
There you go.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The
Mm-hmm.
all for a reason, and the all is very important and is very necessary for balance,
Mm.
because we came down here to learn some lessons. This is temporary. This space is temporary. We are
Mm-hmm.
eternal spirit beings,
Mm-hmm.
and when you come down here to awaken to why you came down here,
Right.
to awaken to
Right.
where you were before you got here, and to awaken to where you plan on going when you leave here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you living a life that you're gonna have to bring your ass right back down here and go through them same lessons again with some of the same people in different bodies with different energies over and over
Mm.
and over and over and over again
Mm.
until you get the shit? Or
Mm.
did you come and awaken and learn the lessons that you need to learn, pass the test that you need to pass, heal and release what needed to be released? Did you detach from the things of this earthly realm? Because I'm going to tell you, in ceremony, I have been down there with the ancestors, and there's so many that still holding on to hate, and it is in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
The blood is in the earth. So the
Yes.
hate, the anger, the anguish, the unforgiveness, all that is still in the earth.
Yes.
It's still things that people did that's still in this earth
Energetically.
energetically.
Yeah.
And so did you come here to release so that you can ascend, release all that weight? Because when you heavy, how do you ascend when you happy? So you here to release and walk in your destiny, and that comes along with making decisions and moving by those decisions. Now your brother left, and then really when you want to fast forward a little bit, not too long after that you left, right?
Yep. So I'm gonna try to fast forward this
Yeah.
whole little part right here.
So we can get to this
Really,
ceremony.
what happened in this time frame was exactly what I needed to happen. I had to go through and face everything that I was still holding on so tightly to. Relationships with my children's father, family ties, different things that I wasn't ready to let go of. I
Mm-hmm.
had to experience some of the hardest, darkest situations with them in
Mm-hmm.
order for me to see what the truth was. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no one was coming to save me. I can't depend on no one to love me more than I love me. You know what I'm saying? I can't need, it was like a need, a longing, just the same longing that allowed me to be a sex worker. The same need for connection, for love. I just had to face this shit like head on. When I say I found myself sleeping in a bus station.
Mm.
I thought after this all happened within a week, sleeping in a bus station. My son's dad sent for us to come to St. Louis, Missouri. I'd never been to St. Louis, Missouri ever a day in my life. He talked to me the whole time. He let me know we're gonna do this, this, this. We made it with a whole plan. When I got there
Before you
to
left,
Missouri, huh?
before you left, we had a conversation, and we had a conversation on whether you was going to stay in California and do what you had to do, or
But I'm getting to that.
oh yeah, okay.
I'm getting to that because this happened. So when I left California, I went to Seaside, California, where my brother was at, but only stayed there for like a couple of days because my daughter was in Chicago, Illinois with her dad. So I left and went there because I wanted to go get her. But in the midst, I got tied up doing some other stuff. Anywho, I had to face my shit there. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I end up at the bus station because he put me out and we got into it. It got real bad, like got put out there at the bus station. So I'm calling his dad, like, come on now. Like, I know everybody ain't just gonna leave me out here. Like, come on, like, hello. So he sent for me. I got to Missouri. He told me he can't come because his wife found out and she not in agreement with and da 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 a whole situation. He left us at the bus station. My kids is stinking. They've been at the
Who
other
is
bus
this
station
now?
for days.
Who is
Huh?
this? Who is this? Who is this?
Safari's dad.
Oh, okay, okay.
So Tafari dad, he told me basically, being that he's Muslim, we wasn't married when we had Tafari. So Tafari belongs to the bed that he was created in. So that's how the religion to do kids. If you let me not even get into that.
Yeah.
But so I was dealing with that situation. He sent for us down there. I got left down there. So now, I'm looking at life like, oh, okay, I see what the fuck going on right now. Y'all trying to test me. Like, this gotta be a test because ain't no way. back to back to back to back. And in that moment, I told myself, because when he told me that, I ain't gonna lie, I looked at my kids. They just laying there on the bus station thing. They got flies keep flying around them. They hungry. They tired. They stink. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is you doing? Why is your kids out here like this? Why did you need somebody so bad? And you just looking for anybody so bad to the point where
Hmm.
you keep on finding yourself in these situations just to be proven. They don't give a damn about you either, Ty. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Like, when are you gonna choose you though? Like, at what point, at any point, are you gonna start saying, forget what everybody else is saying, just do what you know. Listen to your intuition, baby. I keep telling you the way to go. Keep
Hmm.
telling you what to do. Okay, so my brother ended up sending for me from Missouri to help me get from there. So I went back to Seaside, California, and that's where I was contemplating, because he is in the army. He about to get ready to go to Georgia. So I got to make a decision. Am I about to go to Georgia, or am I going to stay in California? Like, my intuition, once again, keep telling me to do. Like, just go stay here, because this is where my soul is for some reason telling me this is where I'm supposed to be. Just stay in California and literally build yourself from the ground up. Don't keep on allowing nobody to be pulling bricks from under here and making your whole shit shatter.
Hmm.
Just build from ground up. Go to the shelter. And when I heard shelter, my mind was instantly like, I don't want to do that. But I knew it was what I was supposed to be doing. That's why I was able, even when I talked to you about it, I had thought about this from the front to the back.
Mm-hmm.
How I'm gonna move, how I'm gonna eat, what I'm gonna do in the worst situation and the best situation. Like, if it go like this is what I'm gonna do. If it go like this is what I'm gonna do. I already had it all figured out. I'm supposed to be staying in California. But something said, that doesn't even make sense. Why would you go to the shelter if your brother said that you can stay with him and you're gonna be able to live with him for a whole year and save your money there? Why you gonna have your kids in the shelter?
Hmm.
So I listened to that voice because it was easier. It was easier for me to be like, okay, let me just go with my brother. Boom, boom, boom. That lasted all maybe 2 months. Me and his wife kept going at it. Got put out. We went to Georgia. Left. Okay, let me give y'all a little timeline. I left California after my brother left me at the end of August. Um, by October, I had done went to Seaside, California, been in St. Louis, I mean, in Chicago, Illinois, went to St. Louis, went back to Seaside, California. October, we was on our way to Atlanta, Georgia. By January, I had got put out, and now I'm on my way back to Michigan. And this is where I face the cycle again, but for the last damn time. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
the cycle came again where
Uh-huh.
It's gonna
I
come back.
it kept coming back until I was serious about what I said I was serious about. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I had, that's where that free will kept coming in. Okay, you however you want to play it.
Can
Like,
I
you can
pause
make
you
take
just
the
for one
long way all
second?
the way around, which still gonna lead you right here, or you
Can
can
I
just
pause you?
go right here.
Can I pause you for one second? Because
Mhm.
people reach out to me all the time, and people be wanting me to walk them through stuff, but like, and I can see their situation so clear, and I can be, look, all you gotta do is do this, all you gotta do is do that, all you gotta do is do it. I see their situation so clear, but it's not for me to say. I'm just there to ask questions for you to hear yourself
Mm-hmm.
so that you can connect to your spirit,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can hear what you're supposed to hear and make the decision that you're supposed to make. I'm not supposed to be there to try to manipulate. I'm not supposed to be there to try to make you do something. I'm not there to supposed to be able to
Mm-hmm.
change your mind. Your decisions are your decisions, but I am going to ask questions and say, are you sure?
Yep, and
You
that's
know
what
what
you
I'm saying?
did.
And that's what we did. And in
Yeah.
the end, she decided what she knew that she had to do at that point.
Mhm.
That's what she
See,
decided.
that's a more so when you hear Jesus saying basically your faith has made you whole. You got to come to those decisions. Can't nobody else Cause see, if it don't pan out the way that you wanted it to pan out, it's easy for you to then point the blame on somebody else.
Yep.
But
Yep.
but we all have lessons that we have to learn on our own, regardless.
That's good.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's the approach of the shaman or a real spiritual guide is, I mean, I can hear what you're saying. I can kind of toss that back at you and ask you some questions for you to hear what it is that you're saying in your mentality, because ultimately you're the one that has to make the decision. But it'll never be said, oh, we said you got to do this and you got to do that and you got to name your baby this and you got to go get this and buy this, and then what you should do is do this and that, and then come over here.
Listen,
You got stuff for you to
after
do,
after all
right?
all the questions that Priscilla gonna ask, she gonna ask you all the questions. Then she gonna say, "Well, you know what to do. Do it. Why you won't just tell me?
Uh-huh.
Tell me.
$1
You already know. You already know what to do."
for every time. So
Yeah.
if I have $1 for every time somebody tell me that,
Hmm.
and the thing about it is, see, Spirit had to deal with me because my whole life I would just tell people what it was. Listen, this is that, that's this, and then be wondering, like, I just don't understand why they can't see what I can see. I'm thinking everybody can see what I can see, but
Hmm.
apparently I'm seeing what I'm seeing for a reason,
Yeah.
but they have to be able to see it. That's the key. You have to be able to be the one to see that life. I
Yeah.
could see you dancing on Broadway and
Hmm.
sliding down the giant slide at
Hmm.
Belle Isle next week. But if you don't see yourself doing it, you know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
then it's not necessarily that you're going to be doing it. So you have to be able to see yourself dancing and sliding around on Broadway and then sliding down a giant slide. You the one got to make it happen, not
Uh-huh.
me.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to be attached to the situation because, first of all, I'm not judging it. I'm not walking around with nobody's situation in my
Hmm.
body.
Hmm.
I don't carry other people's shit. I'm not attached to other people's shit. I'm here to hold space, let it move through me,
Hmm.
and release it through me and help them connect to what they're supposed to be connected to within them,
Yeah.
right? The
Yeah.
power that is within them.
Hmm.
You're not here to tap into my power. You're
Hmm.
not connected to me to tap into my power. You with me to so you can connect to your own power.
Yeah. That's good.
And that's what we here to guide y'all to, yourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to jump in and just this last cycle, right? Because this was the breakthrough right here.
Yes.
When I went back to Michigan, January, guess what it is? Tax time again, okay? Tax time again.
Wow. If that's not the sign and the symbol.
All right, so I have my whole plan, y'all.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I have my whole plan. When I get my taxes, I'm just going straight to California. This is so funny to even say it again, to
Now
be back here again. Okay,
see, hold on.
so
This is the perfect time because I knew Spirit had me write this down. This is kind of like, it's not exactly like, but it's kind of like for my people that really know, right? Um, if y'all can remember, there was a woman that had an issue of blood for 12 years. And it's in Luke, right? Chapter 8, verses 43 through 48. And so it's kind of like that. The difference is she went to doctors to quote unquote get healed. She spent all her money, and when she ran out of her money, she heard that Jesus was in town, and she was like, basically, like, I'm finna go to the most sacred place that I could go to because I didn't heard this man been healing. It's going down. He the real deal. And I don't even need to have like no full conversation with him. I don't really need to have no spectacle jump off or nothing like that. I really don't. All I need to do is just basically get close enough to have some energetic activity jumping off where I just touch the hem of his garment. He ain't got to speak to me. He ain't even got to look my way. If I could just get to him and just touch a piece of his clothes energetically, I know I'm going to be good. So what you saying is flip side, kind of like I didn't been through these cycles of going up and down, here and there, to and fro, doing all of this, doing that, trying to do this my way. And guess what? Now the sign and the symbol has come back, and you saying, here it is, because look, Angelique said, tax time again. Wow.
Keep on coming on back around.
You see what I'm saying? And you like, you know what? I'm gonna take this money and I'm gonna go where I know I'm gonna get some real healing. Period. Right. And this is what Angelique said, because I gotta share it. She said, and she's speaking of the woman in the Bible that I brought up. All she knew was to be in his presence and touch that garment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what you had in your mind. All I need to do is to get to the sacred space. And if I
Sure.
get to the sacred space, I know that spirit, I know that source, I know that the divine source of all is going to give me what I need in order for me to get off of this ride right here. Cause I'm tired. I'm done.
Because every time you came in ceremony, you got all your intentions plus, plus, plus. And you know that spirit did that for you, right? But again,
Yep.
when you leave, it's about
What I'm gonna do.
interpretation.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
the most
So
important part.
yeah,
So
you
listen, y'all would have
yep.
thought you would have thought that by this point, I'm like, let me just get to that sacred space because that's where my mind was, but I still didn't do it. It's like the energy was working against me so much. When I say I had like I started doing pills again, mind you, this is after years at this point of spiritual work.
Mm,
Once I got back to Michigan, I felt so defeated. I'm like, I keep on trying to do something that's just probably just not meant for me to do. Like, you being delusional, bro. Just accept your life. Go on over there with your family.
ooh-wee.
Pop them pills. Smoke that weed. And just accept that that's what life is for you. Like, my mama a whole crackhead. Like, what you thought you was going to do? What
Mm,
you thought you was going to do different? This is how I was thinking. I'm like,
Mhm.
I done tried. I done been around the world and back again, literally. And I'm tired. So the thing is, I couldn't do it for long because I had been around the world and back again. Like,
Mhm.
you know this ain't it. I still don't know what the hell is it, but this definitely ain't it. I got my taxes, y'all. I had my taxes $9,000 all of 3 weeks, and that shit was at zero. Mind you, I didn't tell my kids. I said, we moving, we getting a house, y'all. We finally gonna get our own house. We gonna get a car, da 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 da. And when I realized what I had done out here with the gang, we getting Airbnbs, we getting and then mind you, the whole time I'm doing this shit, I'm so gone out my mind just because I just don't. I'm just like so defeated. Like, you just trash as hell. That's how I was thinking. Like, let them take. If somebody text me, Ty, let me get send me $500. I'm sending it. Do. Like, when I say I was defeated, I
mm,
didn't care
mm,
no more. I was just like, whatever.
mm,
When
mm,
that shit got to zero though, something sparked in me.
Hmm.
And I looked at my kids. I'm just because the environment that I had them in, mind you, I didn't just even though I've been going through my journey, my kids don't feel that. They see we out in the mountains every other day. We
right.
at the beach. I'm at the beach over here crying in my pillow. They're living their best life. Like, it always like they don't never understand the shit that I be going through
Right.
because I create life for them that's they not on my journey. I'm on my journey, So I try to keep that separate. But at this point, I'm just looking at them. I keep on being out. They here with a whole bunch of kids. It just reminded me of a life that I'm like, damn, mind you, they not these type of kids. It'd be different if this is the type of kids that they was. They miss their mama. We have so much intimate time together. They ain't seen me in days. They ain't got no real cooked meal. They keep eating noodles all day. Like, it just was like, what the fuck is you doing?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I had to sit my baby down and I said, daughter, fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I told her just like that. I ain't even gonna lie. I said, baby, I fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Spent all the money. We ain't got no more money. We don't got like no more money. We can't move to California. Don't got no car. Don't got no home.
Hmm.
Staying in this hotel. I fucked up. That shit was hard right there. because I had to I had to show her my true self. I couldn't act like this shit was all good no more because it wasn't all good. I'm like, this shit is not good. I
Mhm.
just fucked up bad. And I was scared as hell though, because I'm like, what would life look like for me now?
Right.
Mhm.
And immediately after being scared, I was determined. When I say I went, I told her though, we ain't gonna be able to see our family for a while because this shit. And that was the hardest part for her because she loved her cousins so much. Like they like her siblings. Like they grew up together since she was like she used to be with them sometime more than me because I used to work so much. Like that was her family. And
Mhm.
she would used to be so sad when I told her that no, I can't go with your TT right now. We ain't gonna go over there. Da, 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 da. But this time she understood. I said, Taye, look, we've been away from this life for going on 2 years now. So you can see the difference. She could see the difference. I
Yeah.
said, I can't do it, daughter. We
Uh,
ain't gonna be able to see them for a while. I took my kids. We went to a hotel. And guess what? I'm back. I'm back at sex work. Again, right? But for the last motherfucking time, I was like, I don't know what to do because I always get to them places where I don't know what to do. I'm just out here. I don't have no family. I don't got nobody to watch my kids. Only time somebody will watch my kids if I'm about to go pop pills with them. If I'm about to go do something good, bitch, you gonna have to do that on your own. But if
uh,
you want to go over here and be with these niggas and do this, I'll find a babysitter for us. Like that shit used to blow me, but that was just the reality I had at that time.
mhm. Mhm.
So, all right,
That
I'm
was the
like, okay.
setup.
I took my kids. We went to the hotel in April. Every single day from there, when I say from the moment I popped my eyes open to the moment I closed them, every moment was intentional.
Mhm.
Every single moment, every single bath, every single cup of water I drank, every single meal that I made, every single thought that I had to think. I had a whole list. Get back to California by my birthday. I set a date. And then you were like, I don't know when I'm gonna do it. January 21, whatever. I'm leaving and I'm going to California. So I had to move that way. I'm selling ass. All right, well, you better make it count, honey. All right, so I need to save this amount for the room. I need to, okay, wait, baby, okay? Almost done. Save this amount for the room. I'm saving this amount to be able to move out. So I lived like that April, May, June, July, 3 months from going to zero, ground zero. I had nothing. July 28th, I booked my tickets and me and my kids was on our way to California. Now the thing is, I thought I had everything figured out at this point. Like I'm thinking everything was gonna go smooth. Like I done saved the money. I found a crib. I talked to a landlord. They said I can move in. Blah, blah, blah. I've been doing all of this stuff. At the last week before I left, my phone stopped ringing. Like I'm on my way to. I had just came from ceremony too, and Spirit told me I'm going to school.
Okay,
You
so
don't
let's
have to
talk
keep
about that. Let's talk about that really quickly because she in 2025 she came to
July. Yep.
July. She came to a ceremony there, and so anytime anybody comes to ceremony, I always pull two cards and I ask Spirit what is it that Spirit wants them to know about their journey. And so I want to make this clear that her ceremony in July and the ceremony that she just came in. What was the last one that you came to?
January.
The last one was this past January. She got the same card for one of the cards was the same card that she received for that, but it had like two different meanings, right? And so the first time the meaning of the card was use what you have. First of all, we was here to work on your sacral chakra, right? And you were supposed to release what no longer served you and to use your change up and transform your powers, right? Into light. And so you came into space and we did the work in that space and then you left and then you did some deep work. You got some realizations. you awakened to some truths about yourself, and then you came back again for this January ceremony. And when you came for this January ceremony and I sent you your card, you said, "This is the same card that I got before." And I said, "Oh, it sure is." And we're going to show you guys the cards that she got so that you can understand it. Look, they like, look, you done been on that thing long enough. All right. I
It's gonna be my son every time. It's gonna be my son every single time. You hear me?
Okay, well, I just want to
so
share this
Get
before
that.
you even get off into it,
mhm.
because I was mentioning this before we kind of got here, and I want to clarify. Okay. And so I just want to be able to read this first and then go into this. So Simona said, if I get the coyote card again, I'm walking out. Because this shit's still
No the
going on, okay?
no the hell, look, no the hell you not. No the hell, listen, it's a running joke with certain cards that get pulled, and the coyote is one
Yes.
of them. When it come out, I be wanting to put it back in the
Okay.
deck, but I be like, okay.
Yeah. So let me say this. I have to say this real quick, and then we can move forward because we need to knock this down. But I mentioned before, I said that there are certain things that people would look at and go, "Oh my gosh, that's demonic, that's evil, that's not of God." But I'd like for all of my, especially my Christian brothers and sisters, to actually do the work that the word says and go in it and study. Now, I'm going to give you some clues. I'm going to give you some Scooby snacks and point you in a direction in regards to what it is that I'm talking about. And it may just blow your mind. Okay. I'm not asking you to accept it. I'm just sending you to it based off of the revelation that source guided me on my own when I was doing what the word said do, which is to ask and to knock and to seek, and then you'll find out whatever it is you want to find out. Now, I'm talking about uh divination, okay? The cards that my wife is talking about, and we're going to show you guys, because before Sage actually came to ceremony, you were led by spirit to pull some cards to be able to actually give her some information in regards to what spirit wanted to say to her while she was going to be in the sacred space, in and on her journey, and once she left outside of the space. That's spiritual guidance. Okay. Now here's the clue that I'm gonna give you biblically for all of my Christian brothers and sisters. I would love for you to actually look up the Urim and the Thummim. The Urim and the Thummim is a part of the breastplate of righteousness. That's the actual garb, the apron, and the stones that were on this apron that the high priest wore. And inside of, or like a little panel behind where all of the crystals and the stones were, right, that looked really, really nice, and they represented the tribes and all this other stuff that the high priest wore, there was a little pocket behind it. And behind that breastplate was the Urim and the Thummim. Now, the Urim and the Thummim were sacred objects like stones, or you could call them crystals, used by the high priest as a divine oracle. If you don't know what an oracle is, look it up. To determine God's will about a certain situation. So, in essence, the high priest would pull these crystals or stones out of the little pocket behind the breastplate of righteousness and then shake them like dice and throw them on the ground. And depending on, they were black and white, and depending on which one of those would glow, then the high priest and the person that asked the question would then get their spiritual guidance or answer to their question. That is called divination.
Right. I always tell people that there are different tools, period. The tool is the tool. The tool is not to be judged, period. It's just a tool. It is about the intention of the person that's serving the tool. What is the intention? Yep. You can use that same tool for light, and you can use that same tool for dark. That's why I always tell people before you go sit in ceremony, I'm gonna need you to know that that you good and know that you safe, because you got to be careful who gonna be whispering in your ear when your subconscious mind is open. What are they writing within there? What are they writing in there? What are you leaving with? What are they imparting inside of you?
Mm-hmm.
Right? The tool is the tool, but it is about the intention of the person behind the tool. And
Mm-hmm.
when we pull this card, we're gonna show you guys what this card is. And to be honest, when I would see this card, sometimes I would kind of want to put it back in the deck too, sometimes, but it wasn't always like that with this card. So I'm gonna have Zeno pull this first card up so y'all can understand what her journey is, because I pull a card and I say, Spirit, what is it that you want them to know about their journey?
Mm-hmm.
And Spirit is talking about their journey in the space and then their journey on the outside of the space.
Yes.
And so
in their lives.
in the life.
Yeah.
And so when she got this card, you can go ahead and pull the card up, babe.
Okay.
When she got this card, did y'all see this card? This card says the wailing tree. Reconciliation. It looked like the tree is on fire.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a face in the tree, all of that. And so this tree, the brown of the tree represents the roots that goes down into the ground, that is some ancestral stuff that she was going to be dealing with, right? Healing some ancestral things. And she was going to be connected to her sacral chakra, right? Her creativity. She was going to be connected to her creativity, and she was going to be connected to her sensuality, right? Because all of that is in the same space. And then at the same time, she's going to be connected to her her solar plexus chakra, how she feel about herself when she look in the mirror, right? And so also that root chakra, you can see the red also within this card. And the card says reconciliations, but it also says grief and mourning in a time for necessary losses.
Right.
A time for necessary losses. So I told her the last time you came, the grief and mourning was about something specifically different. This time, the grief and mourning is you coming here to lay rest of all of this grief and mourning that you've been doing of missing your old self. Now it's time to close the door on that. It's time to walk through the new door. This is what Spirit is saying. It don't matter what she decide to do. She can wait. She can decide whatever she decide to do. My job is to tell her what Spirit is saying
at that moment.
Right? And so you want to go ahead and just read this card really quickly? Yeah. You don't have to do that part. Just so y'all can understand.
I can show him.
Oh, you can show him. Okay.
Yeah.
He's going to pull the card up. Hopefully y'all can read it. If not, he going to read it anyway.
Okay. All right. So here we go. We talking about the card here. And my wife said that reconciliation was on the bottom of the card. You can see that on the cover. We showed you that. And that is within the framework that Spirit would be actually sharing information to her about. But it also had two other phrases: grief and mourning, and a time of necessary losses. Okay. So Spirit was saying to her, when you encounter the wailing tree on your path, it's an invitation to stay a while and regroup. A place for you to rest and allow yourself to say goodbye to what no longer serves. You may have been overdoing things, working too hard, and putting too much effort into life with little reward. If you've been considering making a change, now is the time to do so, right? One important thing to consider before you make any changes is that you need to allow yourself to feel your disappointment, your loss, and mourn what was and what could not be. This is a way to honor your experience, to give yourself time to consider all of the gifts in it, to put proper closure on it, to really know, watch this, to really know what you've, and I'm going to go to the next part of it, what you've learned as you walk away from it and into something new. even in the perception of failure. See, what she was doing was looking at herself like she was a big failure. She said, I felt defeated. I was this, I felt that. But Spirit said, yeah, it seemed like that, bruh. But that's not what it is, because there is much good to be discovered. This is how you know Spirit is talking. However, skipping the stages of loss doesn't get you reconciliation any faster. In fact, you will discover that you will have to come back at some point. She had already come back. That was her. Basically, the whole interview is, I'm going through cycles. I'm going through cycles. I'm coming back. I'm coming back, and I'm coming back. And that's what happens in life until you learn that lesson.
Mm-hmm.
So Spirit said, do it all now. Look at it all squarely and honestly, and stay with your feelings. Didn't she share that just before we reading this card? She said, I sat my daughter down and told her, no, this is what it is. And I had to sit in the feelings and be honest about it. Spirit said, life is not either or, it's both and, this and that.
Point blank.
So, as you dive in and process this, allow it to become a temporary travel companion on your journey. The feelings that this will bring to the surface will be challenging for sure. Yet, like all things, they will pass soon enough, and you'll be more enriched by the experience. So understand, that was just the first card.
That was the first card. And so her second card that she got.
Okay, here we go.
So the second card that she got was the completion, right? And so I saw this card and I said, ma'am, first of all your chakras is about to be blasted open, every last one of them. So get ready. You're getting ready to walk through the door of completion. A cycle is complete.
Yep, that's it.
Cycle is complete.
That's when you're supposed to be dancing and jumping, because if you done been through all that hell, all that disappointment, all that grief and strife, and all of the stuff that she shared, she didn't even share all the stuff, okay?
Okay. You heard me?
Yeah. No. But she didn't went through it.
Yeah.
And now Spirit is telling her, listen, if you just settle down and just get in what this really is, and look at it and take it for what it really is, and don't look at yourself as a failure, you're gonna be able to walk out of this thing
coming out of the year of the snake.
Yes.
The year that you
yes.
The year that you release what no longer serves, right? Coming into the year of the one, the true year of rebirth. Stepping into that fire horse energy.
Yeah.
You had to say, listen, I'm coming to this rebirth ceremony for real this time. And this time it is what it is.
Yeah.
And when you came in and you got this card completion, can you go ahead and pull that up for me?
Here we go.
Hopefully I can read it on here. If not, I had to read it on my other screen.
No, it's all good. You should be able to read it.
No, you said I should, but I can't.
Okay, so there it is. Well, we love you anyway.
So I'm gonna look at it over here on this screen.
Okay.
So this card usually is broken down in three different aspects: the essence, the invitation, and the medicine. The essence usually tells the person the timeless message of the card without them having to overanalyze it. The invitation will tell them what gifts that Spirit is bestowing to them at this moment, but it's also a call to action. And then the medicine will tell the person what part of their life and relationships they need to bring into balance and repair. And so when you look at the essence says, all things have a beginning, a middle, and an end. This is the nature of life, the seed, the flower, and the fruit, and the human relationships. Completion suggests that the fullness of a moment and the need to transform an old form into a new one. Oh, when I read that, I was like, girl.
Oh, it's on and popping.
When you leave here, don't start your shit again, because this is completion.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so the invitation, you have finished a cycle and there is no more growth or benefit from hanging on to the old. In regards to relationships, it is time to honor what has been and find a new form for the future. In your ventures, it is time. Oh,
Excuse me.
bless
Pardon me.
you, bless you.
Mm-hmm.
In your ventures, it is time to reap your harvest. Completion is a time for celebration. It is the end of summer when the fruit is ripe.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the medicine. Clinging to the old will only bring decay. When the fruit is left too
Mm-hmm.
long on the vine, it rots.
Mm-hmm.
You know that it is time for you to move on, yet you are reluctant. Do not be afraid of hurting anyone's feelings. Remember that
Wow.
you are responsible for your actions, not the actions of others.
Mm-hmm.
Mourn what is lost so you can move on.
Mm-hmm.
Do not be sad. Be like the sun in midday that
Whew.
shines brightly, neither longing for the sunrise nor the dreading of the dusk. And I remember I had to break
Mm-hmm.
that down to you, right? The sun in the midday. The sun in the midday is when
Yeah.
it's at the highest, when it's the hottest outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It ain't
Mm-hmm.
like, ooh, I just came up in the morning and
No.
ooh, I'm getting ready to go back down. It is at its highest, strongest power, vibrational frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what spirit was calling her to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so from that, you can go ahead and remove the cards. From that,
Wait.
would you say, oh,
Okay, there you go.
from that, would
Mm-hmm.
you say that that was your journey?
Yes. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So I was sitting in meditation today, and I think that probably was like the first time that I was able to actually vividly see my journey. Because when you be in it, you be putting in all that work. It's hard to see. Well, for me, it was. It was harder for me to be able to see exactly where I've been, where I came from, where I am. I was sitting this morning, and just like childbirth, it's funny that I use that analogy because I don't know if you remember in the ceremony last in July 2025,
Mm-hmm.
I was actually in labor during ceremony. Like I was
Right.
contracting, I was going
Yeah.
through it. You
Yeah.
Yes,
hear
you
me?
were.
Like
Yes, you were.
real labor.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Coming back when the baby come out. That's the only thing I can say. It's like when that release, like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my goodness. And Zeno, you said this is a time for dancing, for rejoicing during my bufo ceremony. That's all I saw around me was it felt like I was, you know how the Africans be in the circle and they got their drums and they wearing the little skirts with the feathers on them and they
Yeah.
were just dancing all around me. That's when I was just smiling because I was like, wow.
Yeah.
This when I
Yeah.
thought I couldn't make it. Like, look where you are. I just kept seeing myself flying above everything. It was just a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. It was so beautiful after I just let it go, cried it out. And you know how it say, don't look at everything as a loss. You got to see the good in it, right?
Right.
So even today, I was getting a lot of downloads today, but um I had my wagon piled up trying to go to the laundromat, right? And I'm thinking, like, do you know how many people wouldn't be? They have dirty clothes in this bitch. Cause who finna be dragging clothes down the street to the laundromat? And then I thought about it too. Like confidence, self confidence was a thing that I struggled with a lot. I wanted to know from my very first ceremony, who am I? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who am I? So being able to actually be in situations that I thought I could never overcome, you know, things that I thought that I could never get. It's easy to have confidence, like even shaving my head bald, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to be confident when you got your wig on, you got your lashes on, your makeup done to the T, you got the fresh J's on your feet, like you eating. It's easy to feel confident like that. Like, duh, you feel it's just natural. But when you strip down to the raw, like to the nothing, like
Yeah.
you like this is the part that really mattered for me to the depths, for me to be able to build confidence on the most rawest level. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think I give a hoop hot good goddamn what somebody say about me carrying my wagon? My clothes is dirty. Like, what y'all want me to do? What
Uh-huh.
y'all want me to do? I don't got no
Uh-huh.
car. Like, what am I supposed to do? Give a damn that y'all gonna say something? Like, no, to be able to literally, and you should see me strut my shit. I put my cute outfit on and I'm strutting my shit to the
The
laundromat with
laundry
my
mat.
wagon
Yes.
stacked up to here. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I am. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
That at one point I would walk with my head down. I would feel like, man, you got to get your shit together.
Mhm.
Like my shit is together. Y'all cool? Y'all know where I done been, where I done came from, where I'm going, what I like. It's just
Mhm.
this is all a part of the journey.
Yeah.
No,
So
I'm
for
glad
me
you
to
said that.
see
No, no.
that level of confidence, like, cause that's at first I was wondering, like, I wonder am I still doing something wrong? Like, why do I feel like I'm still like in these spaces? Like, even right now, I just moved into
There
a
you go.
studio apartment.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking like, okay, why didn't I get a 2 bedroom apartment, nice in the like? Why am I having to go from these step by step like this? I just couldn't get it.
Mhm.
But when I was able to see, like, literally, once I get to here, because some people, like for example, my daughter's dad, he just went to he just got arrested
Mm.
a couple days ago,
Okay.
and this is a man. Ever since I met him, he done worked hard. He don't care what he gotta do, who he gotta sell, what he gotta sell, what he gotta do to make money and live a certain way so he can look a certain way. He gotta have the nicest clothes on. He gotta now he's in this situation and he don't even know who he is anymore. Like when he gotta call and ask for help, like when he can't be the big dog with all of the money, like he's totally at on his knees. And
Mhm.
my heart go out for him, but I just know how powerful it is to be able to like to know whether I'm a peer or whether I'm not. It's not like a external thing that determines who I am. Nothing out here determines who I am, who I am. And I
Right.
had to get to know myself on a plane where not when the money is just rolling in good, like everything is all good. I got the best job, I got the best car, I got the nicest crib. Like I said, of course, it's easy to and be attached to those things, but to be able to know myself outside of the external, to be able to be confident in who I am no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So by the time I get to that point, that's not going to define who I am. You know what I mean?
I
So
want
yeah.
to I want to be able to add something really quickly because one of the things that you did was you took a couple of my courses actually. You took the spiritual baddies business blueprint, but you also took the shamanic mirror work, a journey through the chakras course, that 7 week course. And in that course, you learned a lot of different things about yourself and how to clear your pathways and see your way clear and work specifically on what chakra, right? And so one thing that I can say about you is you put in that work. One of the conversations that we had, you kept it all the way real. I think it was on a I don't know, I think it might have been on the trigger workshop. You came to the trigger workshop
Oh yeah,
and
that's
you spoke on the fact of when you in the beginning when you was connected to the sex work that you felt free. That's when you felt like you was good in your practice. You got the money, now you can go, you got time
Mhm.
to meditate, you got
Mhm.
time to do all of that and because you got the money coming in and this is how you coming in. And so now you're getting faced with, do you want to continue to walk through the door, the old door, or do
Woo.
you want to walk through the new door and
Mhm.
leave that old life behind?
Mhm.
True rebirth,
Mhm.
right? And so you had to make the decision, which was still a decision walking into the unknown, coming back to California, doing something that you did not want to do, but your spirit told you to do it the first time. Go get in a shelter.
Yep.
Mhm.
Everything within you took you back to when you was a child and that fear gripped you
Mhm.
and you didn't want to do it, but you still listened to your higher self and you came and you did it. And when I spoke to you, you said, I cannot believe like how safe I feel right now. Like
Mhm.
I'm not in my root chakra, like,
Yeah.
and I don't even know how to feel
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
I'm so free right now to do, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You like, it's beautiful. Everything. Can you just talk about
When
that
I
real quick?
say
Mhm.
real quick, that right there was absolutely cool, mind blowing, life changing. I didn't even realize how unsafe I felt until I actually felt safe.
Hmm.
Like
Right.
I didn't realize how even meditation was from a place of feeling unsafe. Everything that I used to do, even all my spiritual practices, it all came from a place of being fearful and feeling unsafe. So I have to do this in order to feel like this. I have to do this in order to feel like this. When I got into that space where I felt safe, I didn't even want to. I didn't even give a damn about. I don't need to do no yoga. I don't. I didn't meditate for a long. I didn't know what to
Mhm.
do. I was like, so I had to just test it. So what if I don't meditate for a whole week? What's gonna happen?
Hmm.
I still felt so safe. It's to the point now I can meditate to actually tap in and not to escape. I can do yoga as a gift to myself and not so I don't fucking lose my mind today. Let me do some yoga so I don't blow up today.
Mhm.
It's a whole
Different
different
approach. Yeah.
approach. Exactly.
Mhm.
And that's I feel like where the true embodiment come in at is because it's becoming who I am and not something that I do, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I wanted to say this
Embodiment.
because what's happening is, and I really just want to catch everybody up. If you missed it or whatever, you just came
You
in.
have to watch the replay,
Yep.
y'all.
No, here it is that Sage has been through a hell of a whole lot, and where y'all see her at right now, it is the embodiment of rebuilding and moving along with spirit and in alignment with what spirit has for your life. Right now she's in an apartment, furniture. I don't know if it made it yet, but I know it's on the way for sure, right?
Yep, half of it made it. I'm still waiting on a couple things, but we got furniture in here though.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? And she has created a business. She's going to be focusing on that and doing things that she needs to do in order to nurture and support that business, which is Sacred Alchemy. And she already explained how that was birthed and what it really was. In a nutshell, she said, yo, because I was faced with, me making a decision to do all of this work, this spiritual work, one thing I realized is that I had to keep moving through
Moving
and
through.
not stay stagnant and not throw my hands up and totally give up. Yes, there are times where you're going to feel defeated. Yes, it's going to feel like, and times are going to come where you want to give up. But the one thing that she realized that has literally brought her to this place is that she continued to move, she continued to integrate and apply the things that she learned from ceremony and doing all the other practices. And from that, now a business has been birthed, and she's able to now kind of focus and have something to work from, to be able to pull it to focus on helping other people work through their issues, right? And some of their problems. I mean, how can you help somebody, how can you guide somebody if you never traveled the road that you're trying to guide?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Hmm. Hmm.
So understand, um this didn't happen quick. It's a beautiful thing, and it's called a miracle when it happened instantaneously
Hmm.
and suddenly.
But here's the thing, though. It could have.
It surely could. You heard what I said. The choice is yours. We got free will.
It could have.
Yeah,
It could have.
yeah,
I
but
could have been two tax times ago, three tax times ago. We could have been here. You
right,
know?
okay, but in life, guess what? I ain't even gonna say sometimes. We all at times are gonna have to go through those cycles and go. You got to bump that head, and you got to get hit hard enough for you to be able to see, oh, okay, this lesson, okay, now I'm done playing with this.
Because the thing that it did though, because it's always the good that come out of it. It gave me wisdom. I like the first time around, if I had just listened the first time, I would have been moving purely off of belief. Like I believe this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like
Right.
it could be, it could not be. But by me actually walking through and making the mistakes. Like, okay, like let me just go on over here. Oh, that's not, I know. I have true lived wisdom. It's not what
Mhm.
somebody told me. It's not what I
Right.
think. It's not something I read. Oh, I know for sure. I know.
Mhm. Well, here's the thing, man. I just want to say this too. I don't know if y'all have noticed this, but we had some QR codes just kind of going throughout the live. Hopefully, you did get a chance to catch some of the QR codes when we were sharing the cards that were pulled for Sage before she went into ceremony. If you did, that's great because then you would have been able to catch the link in regards to being able to possibly register for your own reading. Okay. This QR code that's up right now is in order for you to be able to possibly apply for ceremony. And so you can do that, kind of register and submit that application to see if you're a good fit and everything is kind of lining up in order for you to go to the next steps. Because we just don't accept everyone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's not how this works. We want to make sure that that first of all you're in the right space, you're in the right mind frame, you have the right mindset, right? All of those things in order for you to really have a very successful ceremony and journey. So if you are interested, you can scan the QR code while it's up on the screen before we get ready to head out, and get that link. Okay. Um, I want to ask you just one last question. Um, and I think it's more so leaning towards, the future, right? Because that future is looking bright, ma'am. That future is looking real bright. My
Yes,
question is,
indeed.
how does it feel, right? How does it feel knowing that from everything that you've been through and where you are now and how you're moving, how does that feel? Because there is a difference between hustling and per se just, okay, I'm gonna stay focused and work and know that I don't have to worry about certain blowback from the decisions that I make, versus how I was moving. If I didn't make the right decision, it's some major blowback that I got to deal with. How does that feel?
Well, I would say it feels extremely pure. I feel pure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel
Uh-huh.
abundant, a next level of abundance that I'd never even ever experienced, even in a hustle. You know, um, to be able to know for sure, like at the depths, to know, not to believe, but to know that I am abundant and I have everything that I need. All of my needs are always provided for. I am safe within my body. I am at home in my body. To
Mm-hmm.
know that on a whole different level, like for example, um, since I've been here in California, my income, I'm gonna just keep it all the way real, okay?
Mm-hmm.
My income a month is $1,100. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, my scarcity mindset would have told me I don't have enough money to invest in myself. I only make only 1,000. I only have $1,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I was in a space where spirit was providing for me in so many different ways that I couldn't even think like that. Like when I said every time I'm turning around, we getting brand new this, we getting brand new that. I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to pay no bills. I don't have to do this. And it may have seemed like, okay, on one end, like I'm in a shelter. But that's not how I looked at it. I looked at it as an opportunity to be
Mm-hmm.
able to breathe, to be able to be, to be able to not worry about anything. If that's the case, I got plenty of money though. How much is the ceremony? Can I do a payment plan? Like it's not, I'm not scarce. I'm abundant in every way I'm supposed to be. Everything I need is always there. Like it don't matter if I have this amount of money because I was just making $1,000 a day. Now I
Mm-hmm.
make I only have $1,000 in a month. I felt way more scarce At that point, when I was
Mhm.
hustling, when I had to
Mhm.
figure it out, when I had to do this, when I had to do that, now I'm at peace and I feel pure. And I
Mm,
don't feel like when I'm around y'all, I'm in heaven. And when I go back to my life, I'm going
Right,
back to hell.
mm-hmm.
right.
My last ceremony, I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't wait to come back home. I'm like, dang, I'm getting tired of being over here. Is y'all ready yet? And that felt so good because I remember times where I was so attached to y'all. Like, I just wanted to be with y'all forever. Like, it just felt so safe. It just felt so good. I used to be so sad going back home. Like, damn,
Yeah, we get
that's
that a
over.
lot from people. A lot of people, they when they
Mhm.
talk on the phone, they don't want to get off the phone. I'd be like, see, that's why we be on these lives all these damn hours.
Right.
It's definitely a major ascension though. Like when I say literally, and I want to on the inside, like I don't care about the outer world because I have realized how temporary it is, and I also know that as above, so below. Once I
Mm,
get that inner, then it just reflects on the outer. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's the small things to the giant. You know what I'm saying? That's little shit, but
mhm.
that inner peace, that stability, that safety, that unconditional love.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, that's something that money can't pay for. And let me just add on top of that, just for the people that are under the sound of our voices and people that can actually see us, right? What Ty is really saying is this: there comes a point in your life where,
Somebody said, can you put the QR code back up
oh,
there
sure, sure,
again
sure,
too, one more
okay,
time?
okay. There comes a point in your life where, uh, and we've seen this, being out here in California for sure. Multi millionaires not having any issues as it relates to money, right? But their lives internally
Right.
are in shambles. And so the money that's being made, literally, they chasing that. Or if they not chasing it, they got it, and they're so scrambled internally, spiritually, energetically, that they don't even know what to do with it.
Mm-mm.
And a lot of times people are in positions where internally, spiritually, they don't have the tools in order for them to hold what it is that they chasing after. Did y'all hear what I just said?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the tools inside of them to actually steward properly what it is that they running around here and coming up with the most diabolical schemes in order to try to create and make happen. They don't have it in them to be able to sustain it. And that's what Source Spirit is really trying to get a lot of people to do. I just need you to sit down and be on timeout for a minute so I can take care of taking out this thing and getting this thing out of you and putting this thing inside of you and putting this inside of you,
Mm-hmm.
because I already see what it is that you got your heart and your mind on. I already know what your talents are and your gifts are that can help you sustain all of this, but you don't have the makeup in order for you to really hold it. You gonna tear a whole lot of other people up while you on your way to tearing yourself up. And I don't need that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So what y'all seeing in Sage is a young girl that went through a lot of tragic stuff, that has survived, and now she's repositioning herself to be able to thrive. And that takes pragmatic, right, systematical, methodical steps, and systems have to be built. She said it's different mindsets that you got to move in. That takes time to shed, and she put that work in to do that, to have a different perspective on where she is now. She can hold that space to be able to build from there. And now in the next 6 months to 9 months before 2026 is up, because we in what month? What,
Three.
three?
March. Yep. 3.
Don't be, first of all, don't be putting me on the spot like that. Have me have to say January, February, oh,
Okay,
month three.
right. But you feel what I'm saying? That we'll talk to Ty again, And guess what? She's going to be even in a much better situation because she's
Facts.
done the work in order for her to be able to hold and sustain what it is that she's moving towards now. So don't miss it and be like, ah, she went to ceremony and she had a, you know what? Some of y'all got
You hear me?
Teslas, some of y'all got mini mansions, some of y'all in mansions, and y'all lives are towed the hell up.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all children running amok. You know, come on. You stressed out. Every time it's time for you to do a deal or get a deal or keep a deal, your heart is in your shoes. Your nervous system is in shambles.
Mm.
If you went to the doctor and they checked your blood pressure, they might run you to the ER because you're going through so much stress. It ain't worth it. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
So understand that this, what the world is being exposed to, and also for the purpose of being called to, is the same thing that right now we sitting down talking about. It's that spiritual work. It's
Mm-hmm.
that inner work.
Got some
Don't
comments
jump on it.
here.
Okay, we got some comments real quick. So I'm gonna say, she said Ty, but I'm gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
Sage said,
After that,
oh, okay, right here.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
Whichever one you want to do
okay.
first.
So she said, I just want to say that I can see the change in you from your last Bufo ceremony that was shared. I instantly was like, oh, she different. Uh,
And
so
she
proud
was,
of you,
and she
Sage.
was there from you're at your very first
Day
ceremony.
one. Yep.
Yeah.
Very first ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
And so she saw the change. A lot of people reached out to me that saw your last Bufo ceremony. It was like, wait a minute, is that her? Like they saw the transformation just
Yes.
from January, from July
Mm-hmm.
all the way. It's like a true transformation. And when you leave a ceremony space and you be like, oh yeah, I remember one time I was in ceremony and this lady said she had an alter ego named Kim.
Oh.
And so, I'm like, okay, so what's up with Kim? Oh, Kim dead. Kim is gone. Kim is
Uh-huh.
dead. I
You in
said, oh,
ceremony.
is she?
Yeah. Kim did
I
like
said,
that.
okay now,
Mhm.
because you gonna say that, you're gonna speak into the universe, and when you leave here, the universe gonna tap you on your shoulder and say, are you sure?
Right. Right.
Are you sure
Mm-hmm.
that Kim is
Is dead.
gone? Are you
Yeah.
sure that Kim is dead?
Right.
And one thing about it, when you say that you're done, finny done,
Finito.
you know what I'm saying? And you leave a sacred space, spirit is going to test you and going to say, are you
That's
sure?
it.
Are you sure?
Did
Yes.
spirit test you yet to ask you, are you
Absolutely.
sure?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
But you want to know what? I'm so in this space right now where I know I'm not being tested no more, but I did get tested when I say I had clients ready to come all the way from Michigan to here to come see me. I done been tested like why are you staying in the shelter when you already know you can go make $1,000 in a day? Like, come on now, boss up. Like, that mindset, like, is you I'm like, man, I'm not. Bye. I don't care. I'm not confused no more. I hear all of them thoughts. Y'all can keep it coming. I don't give a damn. I'm
Mhm.
not. I said I was done, and that shit is completed. And
Yes.
now I can actually sit and be okay. I don't have to question myself. Should I go back? Baby, I already know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I know. I know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love it. And again, we're here in support of your growth and your journey and the success, the levels of success that you are gonna hit. Y'all gonna be looking out and hearing more about her business, which is Sacred Alchemy.
Can you
And
talk about that a little bit?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What Sacred Alchemy was, because when you knew that you were supposed to be doing something, you knew that apparently you wasn't created to do no regular 9 to 5.
Okay.
Some people just not created to do
Yeah.
9 to
Yeah. To
5,
be
and
locked in
I
like
know
that.
what that
Feel
feel
like.
like,
Mhm.
right? And so you knew that you wanted to start a business, but you didn't know anything about business.
whatsoever.
whatsoever.
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
So I remember I had did a workshop. It was a business, spiritual business workshop, and Spirit had been on me for years to help people to build what their medicine is, scratch, and to be able to help them to get their medicine out, but build it in a structured way to where
mhm.
your business can get recognized by financial institutions so that you can build business credit, so that you can understand what your persona is, so that you can understand what your audience is, right?
Mhm.
Step by step. And so you
Yes.
got into this workshop, which you eventually ended up getting the course, the spiritual bodies business blueprint, that walk you through step by step on starting this business. And when you was doing it, you felt funny because you felt like, okay, I'm starting a business, it's the name of it or whatever, blah blah blah, but I mean, I don't feel like this, I don't feel like this. Listen, you're going to embody what you
Mhm,
need to embody as long
mhm.
as you continue to do the work.
Right.
And so you continue to do the work on paper,
Mhm,
you continue to put that footwork in, and then you also continue to do that inner work, and now you understand more than anything that it's about embodiment
mhm,
and learning how to alchemize,
mhm,
right?
mhm.
Yep. The thing that you thought you needed to hold on to, into the thing to where you was created to do. So let's talk about that a little bit. Sacred alchemy.
Okay, well, Sacred Alchemy came to me after, say, my third journey. Yeah, after my third journey. So
Mhm.
Sacred Alchemy came to me and it was just like so clear. Like when I got on that thing and did the spiritual baddies course, and like I said, I was in a space of doing a whole lot of healing, and spirit was being speaking to me really clearly at this time. And when I did the spiritual baddies course, I'm like, okay, what name? What name should I do? And at first I said sensual alchemy. And sensual alchemy came because I knew how intimate I had to be with myself and holding myself and moving through different things. When I think of sensuality, it was nothing like what I ever thought sensuality was, prior to. I used to think sensual was sexual. Like
Mhm.
sensuality means sexual stuff. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But I learned as I had to carry myself and walk myself through some things, like and just moving through stuff. Basically, they could a lot when I talk about sacred alchemy. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, sacred alchemy is the process of transformation,
Mm-hmm.
transforming
Mm.
low energy into high energy, positive and negative into positive, um, alchemizing a moment. Like it's not making things disappear. It's about moving through
Mhm.
this mindset to that mindset, this perspective to that perspective, this reality to that reality. The
Yes.
tools that I have used on my journey to walk myself through things that I never thought that I could make it through.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And that is the thing that's now being built. And again, you guys are going to be hearing more about it. So, women, uh, get ready to get locked in, because she will be coming to you guys real soon as it relates to being able to give a real heart to heart, true to life perspective, right, on sacred alchemy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
And moving in perspectives where it can be this and that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not either or,
Mm-hmm.
but this and that.
But
You
this
can
and
have this and that.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey man, we want to just thank you. We are so proud of you. We
Yes,
excited
we
for
are.
you and where you're going, where you headed. and more importantly, just again to see you actually move through the spiritual work, because a lot of people be talking what they be saying,
Mm-hmm.
but they really don't actually move in it. And to see you, and there's others that have already testified to the transformation that they have seen you go through, and it's more to come to that.
Yes, it is.
Right, it's more to come to that. So listen, if you near the end of this, you don't even know what the hell was going on. All you see is this beautiful young lady right here, and my beautiful wife and myself, right, handsome as I could possibly be. And
Hallelujah.
there's a QR code up here. Look, scan the QR code if in fact you are interested in sacred ceremony. You're interested in making sure that you move towards a sacred space for transformation, to be able to embody a higher level of vibration and frequency. All right. Mhm.
If you could say something to the person that feels the pull in their spirit to come to ceremony, but
Hmm.
didn't take that step yet, what would you say to that person?
Listen to the pull. If you feel the pull, it's for a reason. It's not random. It's not woo woo. If
Mhm.
you feel the pull, if you even be in a space to be able to hear this level of truth, it's not by a coincidence.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, when it comes to Princella and Zeno, I just want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart, because only y'all know truly, and I know deeply the shit that we don't walk through. You know what I mean? Like, I can only thank y'all and be so grateful for y'all for doing the work that y'all supposed to be doing, so that y'all can even show up in this space for us like that. It's amazing, and you won't regret it. Like, you got to just be ready to put that work in.
For sure. There it
And
is.
thank you.
Yeah.
We thank you for coming into space and trusting us, because I'm gonna keep it 100. Shaman means one who sees, but shaman also means to agitate. And I know it's been times in ceremony where I done agitated that ass. And it was supposed to agitate that ass because the trigger is supposed to be agitated so that the trigger can get up out of there.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah, because
Yep.
that trigger is pointing you to somewhere, something that need to be resolved or shed it. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good
Yeah.
anyway.
And then also I wanted to say too, when if you ever feel the pull to go into ceremony and then you have a lot of other thoughts, that's a whole sign as well. Like, the other is negative and positive is yin and yang. It's gonna be things to try to keep you from your ascension. Real bad.
Mhm.
Thoughts gonna come in, they gonna like, oh, I don't gotta do all of that. Like, whenever you hear that stuff, that's how you really need to go. Like, immediately. Because it that mean that it's time for a major breakthrough, and it's
Mhm.
not always gonna be like clear, like, oh yeah, well, this is what I want to do, so this is what I'm gonna do.
Mhm.
Sometimes them thoughts come in like, look at them over there. Like, when you get on some hate and shit, like, just pay attention to your body and how you
Hmm.
feel, how it land. It's not always gonna be like, oh yeah, I am sure this is what I'm gonna be doing. You're gonna feel that pull. And then there might be other things that come along too. Like, oh yeah, they ain't. If you feel yourself hating, you could be real, like, damn, why I'm hating like that? Ask yourself, why you on that? Because you
Uh-huh.
need to be in ceremony.
Uh-huh.
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 You know
Yeah.
what you just did? Oh, you just broke through the matrix with that.
You know what? I'm all the way done with you on that one. You know he gonna have to come up here some way, somehow with his stuff. You know, that's his little.
I'm steady sitting here looking like, wait a minute, wait, what? Did they lose me? Oh my
And
God.
he
No,
says, boo y'all
to
and
the
then
damn
do y'all. I do want to
yes.
say this before we end this. me and my family, we are getting ready to release episodes of
Mm,
our series,
mhm, mhm,
the Xeno family, right? And this series is going to follow our journeys to the time of now, up into the time of now, right? We have been filming content
mhm.
for over 12 years. And so we are going to release our very first episode
Mhm.
uh, tomorrow,
Mhm.
and it will be released on YouTube.
Mhm.
And so if you are not subscribed and you don't have that notification bell, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and subscribe and click
Mhm.
that notification bell so that you will be notified once it gets released. Right? We're gonna
Thank
show
you.
the quick little sizzle reel
Mhm.
of everything before, and then each week we will be releasing another episode
Mhm.
from the
Wow.
beginning. What before we got on TV, to the time we got on TV, to the
Mhm.
diagnosis, to all of that.
Yeah, us walking through
Us
to this
walking through it,
car
yes.
and moving in the car and some of the things that we have in front of us now, and
We
it's
have
amazing.
footage
So,
from every retreat that we have ever done,
mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And so, therefore, we're gonna be showing some of these retreats.
Yeah, I wanted
We're
to.
gonna talk about what happened in some of these spaces on
Mhm.
this series,
Mhm.
and we're really gonna show people what it takes to move past some shit to awaken to your divine destiny. It's gonna help so many people, and y'all
Mhm.
make sure y'all share it. I'm tired of people not wanting to share us. Nah, damn it, share us.
Right. Hey, look, I wanted to just speak on this. I don't know if she's still here, but it's Mrs. D. Parker, 81 12. She said, going through obstacles already, but nothing will stop me from ceremony. So you
Mm,
heard it. You heard it from Sage's mouth. Listen, if you hear in the pool, it's definitely for a reason. Again, I'm a slap the QR code up here. I don't know if you have it or not, but fill out the application. That would be the first step, right? Fill out the application if you're really serious and you know that this is what spirit is leading you to and drawing you to. Scan the QR code, lock into the link, forward your information, and then that way you can get at least started within the process. Again,
mhm,
everybody is not accepted just on the fact that, hey, I want to go to ceremony and I want to have this experience. No, it's really all about, are you in alignment with what it is that you really think that you're being called to? Or do you know for sure that this is what you're being called to? It's a
mhm.
difference, right? And we'll walk you through that process lovingly, regardless,
Mhm.
either way, right? And so I'm just gonna leave it up there. But is there anything else that you want to say? Because I think we at the end of this now.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm grateful. First of all, I'm grateful to not be on this live for 3.5 hours.
Okay,
Look at God, look at
okay. Look at
progress,
God in
right?
progress. Okay, okay.
And I am also grateful for every person that decided to come
Yes,
here, the people that
yes,
popped in for a minute, the
yes,
people that had to leave, and the people
yes.
that stayed here to the end, the people
Hmm.
that came late with y'all late asses. It's all good though. We're gonna go ahead and put up the replay. You can go ahead and watch the replay.
Hmm.
And it goes down in the DM. That's all I got to say. So if you got
Yeah.
any questions, feel free to DM me. Please, 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 please do not be sending me 50, 11 DMs of reels back to back to back to back, because that's what people be thinking my DMs is for. My DMs is not for that. It goes down in the DM. I'm walking in my destiny right now. And
Hmm.
so some people, just like to post, and it's cool. If you want to post other people's stuff all down your timeline, post other people's stuff all down your timeline. But if you call to connect with me and my family, then you're called to awaken to the medicine that you supposed to be putting into the atmosphere.
Yes.
Point blank, period. You there to talk. You here to talk to your audience. You here to call in what you supposed to call in for your life. And don't get me wrong, it's other people that's there that's to connect you to that. But if you look at my page, we put out the vibrational frequency that we choose to put out.
Yes.
And it's nothing, bad with it or anything, but some people will follow and then just DM. I'm looking like, what? That's not what my DMs is for. But if you have a question or a concern and you really want to find out some stuff, feel free, DM me. And I'll respond.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That's it.
Well then, look, man, we just gonna say that.
Thank you, Ty.
Yes.
Equal sage.
Yeah, there you go. I'm like, come on now, hey. And we will be talking to you soon. Again, we are.
Yes.
We're very proud of you. You're gonna keep us in the loop of the progress and everything as you building and you doing your thing. There in your new place. Y'all family is blessed. Y'all protected and y'all fortunate. So. That's what it is.
Yes.
And y'all on that vibration, and that's how y'all moving, and we love it.
Yeah, and we'll be doing another After the Journey next week with someone else that has gone on multiple journeys with us. This person has gone on multiple Bufo journeys with us. So she'll come in and she will talk about what her life was like before. The things that she was attached to and the things that she learned how to detach from in order to ascend to where she knows she's supposed to be and what she was created to do. And so I just want to thank y'all. I want to thank you, Sage. I want to thank everybody that came on here. I want to thank you, Boopy.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You did so good today.
Okay.
You didn't do all that talking and explaining like you normally do.
Oh,
y'all
my
know
God.
Zeno.
And you know what he did? I was so happy. He was saying something about the oracle. He said, and if you don't know what oracle is, look it up. I was like, oh, you ain't gonna break it down for him? That's what I'm talking about.
You beat
That's
that,
what
huh?
I'm
You
talking
beat
about.
that.
Look it up.
Because normally he would have put up the definition.
Yeah.
He broke it down this way, that
Yes.
way, upside down, inside out, round and round, in and out. He did all that.
Well, you know what? Guess what? When you got years underneath your belt of doing all of that and going around, you know what? Y'all done popped in for a quick little second, heard every little definition that I could ever break down. It's about, are you going to apply all of this in your life and then walk it out the way that Sage was talking about and what y'all saw her share with y'all and heard, you know what I'm saying, her share. So that's the real key.
Yeah, this is the year of the fire horse energy, y'all. Move in it. Move in it. Hop on that damn horse and move in it. We had somebody come here to ceremony that we knew from Michigan years ago. And I can't wait to do his live.
He blessed us.
He came up
so
in here
much.
with a private, and he got the same card that Simona got, the coyote, and I wanted to throw it back in the deck too. And I said, oh, but his coyote showed up differently. All his coyote and the detours happened before he came to ceremony. He had to reschedule his ceremony like 4 different times.
Yeah.
And Spirit had me to reschedule it on a day that we ain't never did a ceremony. And I found out 2 days before the ceremony that the ceremony was going to be on the very day that the fire horse energy kicked in. So we was like, oh my God, what this ceremony about to be. And when I was upstairs clearing my way, I was seeing him downstairs. And when my son came upstairs, I said, oh my God. I said, he here for us to give him some things, but he here to give us some things.
Amen.
And I needed help down the stairs because that's how heavy it was. And as I was walking down the stairs, he was yelling out of his mouth things that we have been praying for years.
That boy powerful. He could see.
For years.
Yeah.
And I'm just so excited to be able to bring him here, because during the journey that night, he was like, put me on Facebook Live right now, right now. I was like, no. He was like, the people got to know. They got to know right now, right now. I was like, no, I'm not putting you. You're going to get on Facebook. Don't worry about it. Let's sit with it for a minute, and then we're going to put you on there. So we have so many people. We have Sandra. We have a lot of people that we need to do these After the Journey lives with, and we're going to be bringing them to y'all soon. We got the After the Journey series, and then we have the Xeno Family series. So yeah, I just want to thank y'all again for the last time. I done thanked y'all about 50, 11 times. And it's the last time we're going to thank y'all, and we're going to say good night.
Well, it's all good. There was something going on with Sage's connection at the last moment. She disconnected anyway. It's perfect timing. It's all good. We want to thank you guys again. This will be done more consistently as well. So, we'll be dropping episodes on YouTube. We'll be coming with the, After the Journey, Sacred Conversations, and doing these interviews, and just stay locked in. Tell a friend, tell somebody, because now more people are waking up to this, the spiritual approach and aspect to how to be able to manifest things and make things happen in their lives. And so, look, stay locked in. Okay. Till then, y'all have a good one. Yep. There it is. Good night. Good night, everybody.
Yes.
And we'll be seeing y'all again real soon.
Yes.
All right.
Thank
Take
y'all
care.
so much.
Mm-hmm.